children, are you ready? I need to find a more normal way to intro streams. Welcome, everyone. It is... let's see. What time is it? It is 3 minutes past 8 here on the 10th of May, 2026. And I am coming to you from South Korea. But my friends are all over the place, mainly within the European corridor for this campaign. But later on, we move to different places. I hope that everyone has had a wonderful week. It is Sunday, and it's been... I don't know how everyone else feels about it. Personally, my week has felt a little bit longer than just a week. When I have sessions, for the last 4 years of my life, I've had a session on a Sunday, because that's when I had my last campaign. And when I had those sessions, and now I have these, they tend to become my highlight and like the thing that I wait for, which makes the beginning of the week all the slower. But that's fine, because we get rewarded with a session at the end of the week. So, hello everyone. It is wonderful to see you. If you're new, welcome. If you're not new, welcome back. And wherever you are and wherever you come from in the world, it is wonderful to have you here. I would like to, if you are here for the first time, I would like to introduce you to our friends, which we will get to in a second. So for now, I will unmute myself. Say hello, friends.
Elephant.
How long have you been saying that before I started?
That's the warm-up.
Is that how you warm up for the stream?
Yeah, we're getting the character.
Yeah, we've been warming the kettle.
Elephant.
Bunny.
Oh, Jesus. Welcome, players as well. Welcome, viewers. Welcome to me. I've already had dinner, and there are no more snacks. So no surprise snacks will be sent from behind me.
Alas.
Over the
Sorrow.
week, over the week, I have attempted. Hold on. Over the week, I have attempted to create clips so that everyone can share in the laughter and joy that we have in short form format. After streams I had. Unfortunately, YouTube is being an absolute shit with regard to making clips. I tried to make it through my PC. That decided to make an entirely new video if it wasn't exactly 1 minute long, or perhaps like under that. And then I tried to do I tried to do it with my phone, which is the way they want you to do it. And then you have to sift through a 3.5 hour stream on your phone and select the minute that you want, which is also a little irritating. And then I finally did it. I got through it, and I was like, we might as well. Let's do it. And turns out, once that's done, you need to select the layout. Otherwise, it's just this middle square, and it doesn't capture everything on the screen. So I was like, okay, cool. Let's capture. It's this very cool thing where that you can capture part of one screen and part of the rest of the screen. So like a little camera and gameplay kind of vibe. Which worked very well. And then I clicked yes and clicked proceed, and then it stretched the absolute shit out of it into a horizontal video instead of what shorts are supposed to be, which is a vertical video. I looked up, what is this problem? And apparently it's been happening for the last week or so, literally just a recent issue that YouTube refuses to fix, just as the time we start our campaign. So it feels a little personal, I'm not gonna lie. I do feel like someone came and went, new campaign? Time to fuck with your ability to spread the word. Very good. Anyway.
Spread the word of the snack goblin.
yes. I need people to know that I have a wife who supplies me with ample snacks. Especially when I GM. It's
His green
good.
sickens me.
Sickening levels of green. There are a few of you here. Oh, Arglag is here. Hi. And to our regulars, to Aracheesy and Terrain. Hello. I don't know who 2 Day Long Term is. Are you in the Discord? I don't recognize your username. Please share yourself. And hello. It's nice to have you here. But you were here last time, I remember. I remember seeing your name, but we were deep in session, so I couldn't reply in chat. Anyway, speaking of session, we're going to just get started immediately. I have 2 very small announcements before that. You guys in Discord are hearing me, right? You sorry, hearing my music, I mean.
Yes.
Okay, so you are currently, if you watch my screen, you're going to be able to see everything like just my entire screen. And there's a reason for that, because today...
Okay.
Fine. Oh, it's Kit. Ah, very cool. Hello, Kit. Yes, welcome, welcome, welcome. And the reason for that is because we are saying hello to Pocket Bard.
Yay.
We are still going to use some of the tabletop audio and some of Adrian von Ziegler as well, because that's a great resource that I don't want to do without, because, you know, this is what you're listening to now. It's beautiful. But Pocket Bard is something that I've always wanted to be the primary way to use, you know, audio and music and sound effects and stuff in our games. So I'm going to try and kind of move us over to that for this session. In order for you to hear both Pocket Bard and my browser source, I just need to share my whole screen. So if you don't want to be spoiled, don't watch the stream. Just listen to it.
That's fine.
Right, that's number 1. Number 2, I thought that I did some research and I finally clarified. By research, I mean very basic looking at the rules. And I figured out that one of the things that we were concerned about was this idea of free actions in a spotlight-based system that dances around the players and the enemies. And we tried to do these things where, you know, you can move without making an attack. Technically, the spotlight's still with you guys. Like, would that be fine?
Yeah.
And could everyone just move into position and not do anything and wait? And the answer is yes, with a little asterisk. As long as you don't make a roll, and this is the definitive kind of ruling on free actions. As long as you don't make a roll, you can keep doing things. But I reserve the right, as GM, to interrupt you whenever I feel there's a good opportunity to do so. It's called a golden opportunity that I get to make a GM move. So, and if you think about it narratively, let's say you're in a combat encounter and you're setting up an ambush, or you're setting up an attack, and the bad guys are just kind of sitting there watching you as you down 10 potions and then move into position 1 at a time. They're not going to do that. They are going to move. So,
Ah, damn. So it's not like when you pause Skyrim and chug like 30
and
cheese wheels?
you down 3 wheels of
Eat
cheese.
all
Yes,
of your
no.
inventory.
Yeah. That's not how it works. Yeah, that would be
Stress
considered a golden opportunity, and I would take that chance to take the spotlight. So, just letting you know, that's how it's going to work.
Okay.
And so, you should all prepare. We're going to do our recap after we begin. But first, I'll show you our very fancy title screen. So, we're going to do a player recap. And then I'll cover everything you missed. I have my own recap as well, if you want a more official one. And me watching the fighter pull their weapon out and sharpen it directly in front of me. Yes, exactly, exactly. Yeah. So we're gonna do a player recap before to keep things fun. But it's gonna be randomized. I'm gonna roll a d4, and one of you is gonna be doing it. So prepare yourself.
Oh no.
Right, for everyone here, welcome once again, and I hope that you're going to have as much fun as we are about to. Welcome, one and all, to session 2 of season 1 of One Can Hope. And we're back. Very good. Oh, no, me neither, Aracheesy. Me neither. And that reminds me, there you go. Have a message. Once again, as I did last... wait a minute, did that not send? Hold on. No. It should have sent. That's very interesting. As I said last week, we are so excited to see so many people in chat and talking and stuff. But we that's why. Wait, hold on. There we go. We're here now. There we go. I've got to reset the stream thing. Okay, cool. Does that work? Excellent. There we go. Yes, as I say here in this pinned message, we love having you here, but obviously if we're focused on session, we won't always be able to reply. So if you have something important to say, one of the players will bring it to my attention if it's something about the stream, like sound balancing issues and stuff. But if not, then leave a comment on the actual video, and I promise I will reply. I always reply to comments, except those made by Ash. Right. So I am going to roll a little. Let's loop that. Perfect. I'm going to roll a d4. And it's going to go down alphabetically. That's a 4. Which is Sylv, yay!
Oh dear.
Sylv, if you do me the honor of telling us very briefly what happened last session, if you can remember that far back.
Oh boy, you are asking the person with the memory problems. Oh boy. So, we started off with the wonderful big elephant man trundling through the forest.
Indeed.
At dawn, having a good time. Then encountering a little rabbit lady who was about to get pounced by a bear, scaring the bear off. Rauno was there, who had been hired to chase the bear away from a settlement, or an inn rather than a settlement.
Mm-hmm.
And
yeah, just a tavern. Yeah.
Tavern, yes. And yeah, bear was chased off. There was a cub involved as well. There were some poachers involved too, which totally aren't gonna be a thing, I have a feeling. And,
No, not at all. Why would you assume that?
And Cyrta was just flitting around, not revealed herself at all. And
But
we
helping
ended
in
the
very
session-
interesting, sneaky ways.
Yes, very cool stuff. And we ended the session with a snowdrift suddenly plopping out eyeballs and starting to talk to us.
Indeed. Couldn't have said it better myself. I had a recap here placed, but I think this was perfect. So, yes. As Sylv said, together, our individuals 4 decided that they would assist Rauna in her hunt, and that they would attempt to find the bear a new home. And all 4 were successful. Managed to get the bear out of its cave and back into the forest to a new den next to a river. And proud that they had not simply killed the bear and done away with it, the group enjoyed a moment of rest before they were greeted by a pile of snow. That is where we left last session.
I like a bad song.
Right. So. You can hear that, right? Can you hear the
I
music?
believe so.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, very cool.
Yes.
Oh, if it's quiet, let me turn it up a little.
There we go. I adjust my stream volume.
Yeah, but then when we switch to YouTube, it might be, it might kind of go back and forth. So let me just turn that up then.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, here we are indeed, on the side of a river. And while you notice the bear playing, this pile of snow has shuffled and shifted and then grown, as I said, grown 2 pairs of eyes. And in reaction to this, yes, you've all heard a voice that seems to... It emanates from the pile of snow, but it does echo with an eerie quality. That has simply said... Ooh, just a second. Ah, there we go. Haha, this is going to be great. An eerie quality that kind of seems to bounce off the trees. Oh my god. Hold on a second. God. Technical difficulties. We're back. Okay. My mic disconnected suddenly. A voice, as I said, which says, "You are worthy to hear my message. Maybe now I can sleep." It fades, and the only sound is the river. How do you react to the pile of snow?
Laymo definitely started barking when eyeballs appeared, but when the talking starts, especially since it's so quiet and whispery, Rauner does place a hand on Laymo's shoulder, which quiets the dog down, but he is suspicious. He has like little tiny bit of hackles raised. But Rauner's listening intently.
Okay.
Okros, with his very sensitive ears, hears this like it's like right up next to him, and he kind of just freezes for a moment and looks down at this like weird patch of snow that ends up whispering to them in this ominous message, and he just like doesn't really react much openly at first. He just kind of stares down at it, like there's a clearly bewildered look in his stare, and he ever so slightly tilts his head and gives it a little shake and checks to look on the others to see if like he's hallucinating or like the others are like also registering it.
I think Ramba at first like freezes, kind of like when she heard a charging elephant earlier in the day. Just sudden noise, she's like freezes and then slowly turns to look at it, and then the urge to like poke it with a stick kind of like, you know, riles up within her, but she stays still knowing that they can speak and seems sentient, waiting for it to continue.
I was going to say, I think Cyrta is still like looming and watching us, right?
Yeah, you're just floating above, right?
Actually there, yeah.
I think the talking snow pile should actually fly down and just be like, so that's not normal around here.
And finally,
Now Rauner recognizes that voice. She looks up and like blinks, like, wait, what?
it takes you a while to actually understand where the voice is coming from. It's quite a big voice to come from such a tiny speck, but there, 10 centimeters, barely making a dent in the pile of snow, is a teeny tiny, well-dressed little fairy.
So
What are we rolling for?
Why did I?
You know
did
how
I step
like
in something?
elephants get really scared by tiny things?
Oh no!
He sees this tiny thing and actually startles. He doesn't like freak out, but he like, ooh. And he very slowly steps back, like staring at now this little bug.
Laymo is very curious, like he's leaning forward and like Rauner actually has to brace against his harness so that he doesn't like go immediately sniff to the bug.
Who are you? Why do people keep showing up randomly today? What's going on?
Who spoke to me?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. What you left? You left some like trail mix back there. Was that an accident or like is that something I'm not understanding? Because that felt weird.
Just in case you happen to be some kind of forest spirit. She shrugs and then she looks at the snow pile.
Patient as ever, just waiting for this to be, for this moment to pass.
Okros will address the snow in the room and then just quietly say to the rest, I'm not sure if I've had a lapse in memory where I ingested some mushrooms, but am I right to say that this pile of snow is talking to us?
Well, firstly, the mushrooms in this area aren't hallucinogenic, so they wouldn't do anything to you. And two, yes, the snow is talking to us.
And at that, the snow pile shifts.
Oh,
So do you feel the ground under you just sort of moves a little bit, makes you take
Wow.
flight, and the snow pile shifts, and some of the snow around it collects, and the air around you suddenly drops in temperature as it grows and grows and grows, and it seems to add more snow as it freezes the air around it, and becomes more and more like this sort of like part forms on part, and then suddenly it's an arm and a leg and another arm, and then a head that, and a roughly kind of about a 5'8", 5'9" figure, just a humanoid figure, stands in front of you, having almost exactly the same proportions as a human would, but of course you don't really know what that is. So I would say probably an ale-er. And it's at this point that I think Okros, out of everyone, would probably know, but the rest of you can imagine. You can tell me if you've heard of this being before. Okros, I think from just wandering around, you might have met another version of this. This is a Calagondo, one of the elemental beings of Eyya, known as the Prima. Beings made of entirely elemental energy, and able to command the elements associated with them at will. Calagondo are elementals of winter, ice, and snow. And there are quite a few of them in Katakara. They are sapient beings, and they do form communities, but they just don't do it in... They're one of the few creatures that don't do it in a diverse way because of how different they are. They tend to stick to their environments. And to see a Calagondo this, like, at this transitional period of spring means you've probably seen... This is probably the last Calagondo you will see for the next almost a year until the winter rolls around again. Or until you go far enough north where it's always winter.
Oh. On that note, then, as this snowy figure appears before them, there's like a look of scrutiny in Okros's big golden eyes before there's like a moment of recognition, and he just lifts his head gently in a nod, and then just gently bows it in acknowledgement as he will say, "Ah, you are a Calagondo. I would not expect to see one of your kind this late into the season."
It tilts its head at you, and the last little pieces of ice and snow to form around its half ice, half snowy body are the sort of facial features, 2 eyes and a mouth, that are just this... They crack into position to make the facial expression more easy to understand, and it's sort of a... kind of cool that you know that kind of expression. But you notice that every movement it makes is quite careful. Almost like it's just trying to conserve as much energy as possible. And even when it speaks, it doesn't respond to your question with words. It just gives a small nod. And it says, and then it turns to the rest of you and nods again. Words will come again. And it says, "Life is preserved. The balance maintained. You perform admirably. And so I have a message. Take care. This creature..." And one hand very gently motions to the bear, but not too much. "Its situation was not natural, but forced. It was driven away to this place, and those who drove it are still there."
Okros remains silent, looks at the rest.
Rauna looks over her shoulder towards the area where the where the traps were, where she got the prey from last time.
Yeah.
Her tail flicks a few times, like an agitated few flicks. But then she doesn't say anything. She looks back to the Prima.
The wind blows as the Prima kind of tilts its head a little bit, and I think Cyrta would see this through music and her ability to perceive the world song very naturally. The wind is blowing at the will of the Calagondo. It's a cold wind that suddenly chills you and blows in the direction of where Rauna was looking. The Calagondo looks at you as the wind dies down and says, "You've seen it. You know." Spoken to Rauna specifically.
Ah, yes. I was about to ask that. Was that directed at Rauna?
Yeah.
Did Rauna ever talk about the potions? I don't think she did.
Yeah, she did. At
Yes,
the end of the
she
session,
mentioned them.
she
She
brought
did
it up.
mention them, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think she said that they said not to mention about themselves.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
wait,
yeah.
wait.
She
Oh,
literally
yeah,
said,
and
yeah,
of course,
I was-
like, yeah, you broke this promise already.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah, she does. Her tail is still like flicking agitation, and she does say that. There's a group of hunters back there. Poachers, more like poachers felt like.
The figure of the Calagondo kind of tenses up a little bit, and it says, "Not hunters. Guards. Flying no colors. Led by 3. There since winter began. They guard a cave. And then speaking seems to be something that actually seems to make them physically tire. And so instead, they do something that's a little easier for Prima, and that is command the element associated with them. And that is, it sort of takes a step back, and the little pile of snow that it's on starts to rise, and it makes little cold water vapor like patterns that start to form little pictures. And it draws what it says. It draws a cave, and then 3 little stick figures that like float up along to the cave and see it, and then act very surprised, and then run away very quickly, and one stays behind. And then when the remaining 2 come back, they have a lot more stick figures with them. And they start to set up little water vapor tents and little water vapor campfires, and it ends up being quite a detailed picture of basically just this campsite that's been erected in front of this cave. And then you see as they light torches and take them into the cave, and out of it springs a little water vapor bear cub that just runs into the woods. And immediately afterwards, is a bigger bear that just sprints after the cub. Obviously, that's the priority. And that scene plays out before you in this little like snow production. All the while, the Calagondo is doing a very interesting thing as it works, because obviously all of this is powered by music, and it's really almost imperceptible. But if you're really listening close, and I think Okros hearing into the subsonic, did we call it, or ultrasonic? No, that's high. Yeah. Fanfoam can hear very, very low, but all of you, it is perceivable, but it's this very like this hum that seems to be coming from the Calagondo's own body, as this hum, this single melody carries the ability to shape the air and the water vapor into different places. The scene shows the camp, now bearless, lots of guards, lots of tents, and then it zooms down, and the rest of the water vapor just crashes to the ground, forms snow again, and it instantly freezes as it hits the ground. The last three again, the three leaders. Two of the stick figures look like a little sword is drawn in one of the hands of one, a little bow in the other one, and then the third one has wings that sprout out the back. Not so detailed that you know which kinds of wings, but simply wings. And it looks like that third one is the one that gives most of the orders. And that's it. And as the scene kind of collapses and moves to the floor, the Calagondo says finally, I have watched them since the ice set in. I know not what should happen to them, but I know that what they are up to is likely nothing good. And if it helps, they fly no colors, but make mention of an entity known as Counselor Fala more than anything else.
Repeat the name, please.
Counselor Fala. F-A-A-L-A.
Okay.
Is that familiar name to Ogros?
No, none of you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And it just sort of slumps back a little bit, and you can see now that it's now just floating off the ground. Its legs have kind of melded into one little trail of snowy ectoplasm, and it now floats like a little winter wraith just before you. And it looks like just pieces of it are starting to discorporate as well as it starts. You get the sense that it wishes for this interaction to be over, but you still have time if you wish to ask any questions or anything like that.
I would just mention that Ramba has looked at all of this with stars in her eyes. Absolutely enamored with what's happening here, like trying to like mentally note everything down and just like categorize it as something important that she's witnessing for the first time.
Absolutely. Ramba, as soon as Okros mentioned that it was a Calagondo, you know the term prima. You've just never seen one. But this is like storybook stuff.
Yes, this is like I was told stories about these as a child, and now I'm face to face with one. Holy shit!
Yeah.
Joy.
And I think as it is just kind of like sitting there, or like floating there, giving us all this information, Rhombus is just going to speak up and just go. I mean, if they push the natural wildlife from their living, and that you've been watching them for months and you don't have a good feeling about them, I'd be inclined to at least check it out. Personally, I can't have someone messing with nature here. There's a balance. I don't want that to be disrupted.
Then I have chosen well. Follow the wind. It will take you to the camp, but be wary. They are many in number and well armed.
Okros will heed this, and after a brief glance to the others, just to check if they don't have anything more to say, then Okros will look back and just gently bow his head and just say, "Much appreciated for this warning. I can tell it's taking you a great effort to maintain this form, so..." He just gives a little, just a kind of like kind bow of his head again, just like, "If you want to dip, dude, dip."
Dip they do. Unless anyone else has anything that they look like they want to say.
Nah, Rona's just standing quietly, her tail still flicking,
Okay.
agitated.
And in that, the Calagondo will nod simply once and say, I join my family. Welcome the spring. And with a collection of whispers that seem to come from elsewhere in the forest, just this, the river seems to increase in strength ever so slightly, and the Calagondo just kind of lifts their head up and just sort of floats. And as they float away, they start to turn into more like falling snow. And as they reach the top of the canopy, the leaves kind of just part and move through them, and then and you can't see them anymore.
Sleep well, friend. You know what? I think after seeing what is a rare experience, and especially seeing the bears just in the background, just doing their own thing, and as a result of what they've done, renewed with purpose, I'm gonna roll my prayer.
Thank you for that.
Yep.
Let's see.
Double one!
No!
Double ones. Ah,
One and a
vindication.
Luck is gone.
All right, you're gonna make one of them a 4, and then the rest of the
Yep.
other one is a 1. Okay.
Yes.
Don't you want to give Rana just one hope? Just the one.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Okay. So,
Meanwhile, Leimo immediately, when the Calagondo disappears, Rauna releases her hold on Leimo's harness, and he immediately goes to sniff the spot where the Calagondo was. Not that it makes much of a difference, but he does that.
it's strange. He does. I mean, not that you would know this, but he is picking up a strange scent. It doesn't smell like normal snow. There's something about it. It's a little sparkly.
Yellow snow.
It's not yellow snow.
No.
It is white snow.
That's what.
God.
I just had a stupid idea.
What's your
Yes.
stupid idea, Sylph?
It smells interesting. He's gonna
Yes.
have a role in it.
Oh, have a roll in the snow.
Fantastic.
Let's go.
Fantastic.
He does, and there's just this, and he's now covered in snow, which he promptly shakes off.
Yeah,
Yes.
I think, Rama would give like a slow nod, like a bow to where Primo was, and then turn briefly to a new bug friend who has
Oh yeah.
shown up, and just be like, "So that was wonderful. I'm glad we shared that moment together. Who are you?"
Cyrta is like reclined in the air as if she's like slouched in like an armchair. Like
Very
what?
cool. Very, very cool.
Hi, people talking to you. You showed up. Who? Whomst?
Oops.
Oh, I'm Cyrta.
Hi, I'm Ramba.
Hi.
You've been following us, Cyrta.
No. We just happen to be
Curious.
going in the same direction from the
I
treetops.
see. He kind of like gently bows his head, and he you see his big eyes squint. He is having trouble seeing you because of how small he is.
So funny.
His trunk is aiming in your direction because it's like, oh okay, here's the smell, and his ears are flapping. Like here's the sound. I can't see for shit. Not very well.
Elephant needs magnifying glass to see bug wife.
I do not know your own opinions of this matter that has been given to us, but I find myself drawn to it, a calling. I
I
endeavor
know those
to...
guys sound like dicks, so yeah.
He just gently nods his head. I would endeavor to investigate, but I realize we've had quite an eventful morning already.
I wonder. I mean, we have a direction where they are. We need to. I mean, I would like to check it out, of course. I've made that pretty clear. But if there is a lot of them, oh, Chris, weren't you heading to a settlement nearby, and you got a job from there, Rauna?
Just a tavern, not a settlement. But...
Goofy.
Oh, MJ question.
Yes.
While Rana was at the tavern, did she hear any talk about there being problems about a
Certainly
in the
not.
forest?
No.
Yeah.
No one actually knew why the bear.
Yes.
No one actually knew why the bear had come here. That was the whole point.
Yes.
There were some that were kind of interested as to why, but really the point was that it was just dangerous.
Yeah.
No one seems to know. Yeah, I would say at that particular inn, there aren't a lot of Ko-View-Rru locals there. It's more just travelers that go in and out.
Yeah.
But you know what? I want you to make a little roll. An opportunity for you to. Oh, by the way, I had to add you all to an encounter, so now you can use the
there
spotlight
we
feature.
go. Yeah.
I was,
But it's there. Yeah, it wasn't there before, but it is there now. I want you to make a roll. Opportunity for you to get some hope. I want you to make. What do you think would be appropriate for Rauna to kind of gather information? What trait do you think would be best for her to do that? Would it just be listening, or would it be talking to people? What would be the trait that she would use for gathering this information?
She is more of a quiet listener than anything else. Like, she'll make herself seem part of the furniture and just sit there and listen to other people.
Shall we say
talk.
instinct roll then?
Instinct sounds good for that.
Okay. Go for it.
Eh?
Oh my, that is a hope with you. That is hope for you.
You have hope
I get
again.
a hope finally! Yay!
A 10 will get you, I think, the information that you were listening to. I'll give you some information about Ko-View-Rru. It's a new community. It's only been settled here for like a generation, if that. Like the kids that are growing up in Ko-View-Rru now are kids of the first settlers there. Like, it's only been there for like a generation, maybe a little bit more. Very, very new. And whether asking the bartender or just kind of listening to the travelers talk about things as they move through the tavern, you learn that Ko-View-Rru was settled for its mineral deposits. They were discovered in the waterfalls that come down from the mountains. Ko-View-Rru is a big valley circled by a lot of mountains. And so the top industries that arrived in Ko-View-Rru as a result were fishing and panning for these minerals. Fishing, because inside the fish you could find traces of some of these minerals, and then obviously panning for the minerals as well. And that was something that could help the settlement acquire wealth and then trade, because farming was a unique challenge for them, because there's not a lot of farmland within this valley. There's too many mountains and too many big tree forested areas. So they really rely on outside trade for like fresh produce that's outside of fish. You know that they have their leadership is like council based, where they have 3 elected leaders who represent 3 different divisions of territory across the settlement, and then each leader has a group of advisors to aid them. You never learned any names, you just know that that's how it works. And basically the main struggle that I think you could have figured out from Ko-View-Rru is that as a new settlement, it needs to basically figure out how it's going to grow. And with so many minerals up for grabs, it's how to extract those minerals that seems to be the kind of main efforts that people are going through. And they're starting to build up systems of like mineral extraction that come from either, like I said, either fishing or panning, or from other ways. But that seems to be like the main concern of the town right now. How Rauna might connect that, if that connects at all, is up to you, and what you have her do. But that is the kind of information that she would have learned from the tavern.
Yeah, she stands there pondering, her tail flicking. And then she speaks kind of slowly, like she's stringing the words together as the thoughts form.
That's cool.
That people at the inn did speak of tavern did speak of the settlement of Ko-View-Rru and how it's a new place, so they may not be poachers living outside of civilization, but rather civilization encroaching a little too much into nature. She doesn't know.
Of course, I'll pipe up just saying, fortune seekers.
That is also a possibility.
Either way, their presence is notable enough to the what they call again? Calagondo. that they have been something of a concern.
Brown's tail flicks, she sighs heavily. This is, people are always a disruption.
Unfortunately, that is oft the case.
This is an interesting kind of... The word that you heard on the street about how Ko-View-Rru is figuring itself out is an interesting juxtaposition to what the innkeeper actually asked of you, Rauna. And that is to take care of the bear, but killing it wasn't really the primary wish. Like, I mean, protect yourself if necessary, but really the point is for just the bear to go away. So, yeah. Interesting.
I would wish to return back to the inn to, first off, get my pay for this job, but also to perhaps ask more if anyone knows more about these people.
Truth be told, I think that would be wise. A brief stopgap before we continue.
You don't want to just go after them? Like,
I'm all for going after them. He looks to...
Yeah, I mean, going after them would be the end goal, I'd assume, but if there are many there, learning of intentions and trying to see if we're in for a fight or not, it would be wise. I mean, the less blood that's spilled is better.
And I believe the point Rambo is also trying to make is the more we know, the better as well.
I guess that too.
I just feel like if they told this one trail mix to be quiet, then no one probably knows anything about them. That's my feeling.
Rauna looks up at being called
it's
trail
you. You're
mix.
trail mix. This
She
is
looks up
this
like
in
kinda
character
like-
few beats of silence as she reads. Wait,
Yeah.
is that? Oh, that's me.
She tries to decide whether to be amused or offended by this, and she mentally just shrugs and doesn't react. She submits herself to be forever known as Trail Mix now.
Very good. So, your options are there, available to you. You can gather more information, however productive you think that's going to be. But of course, the inn also serves as a way to rest and possibly recuperate in a more comfortable environment. Of course, none of you are strangers to sleeping on the road, except maybe Cyrta, who doesn't really need to sleep in the same way anyway, or doesn't need the comforts of like a good bed or whatever. Either way, that would be an option. Or you could head off and see what you're dealing with firsthand. That is up to you.
Many things.
I think Okrops will pipe up and just say, if I will be honest, I think some time to gather ourselves and prepare would be ideal, especially going into such an unknown.
don't think I really need to prepare much else. I was prepared to just kind of wander for another couple weeks. Not really needing civilization.
I meant through knowledge, but sure.
Robert like squints her eyes a little bit and is like, right. There's smart people here.
Cross is only smart because his brain is bigger than him.
Yes.
That is the only reason.
Yeah.
That's funny.
And even
My
then,
brain
like, it's
is
just
so
rattling
tiny.
around in there.
Mhm.
It's rattling around in there.
So, what's the plan?
I vote tavern.
Chirps.
Tavern?
Also voting tavern.
Tavern. Cyrta Ramba.
Layman.
Lame.
Then was like a half vote, probably always agreeing with.
Yeah. Most
Lynn
usually
was the
always.
tiebreaker.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess. Yeah, I think. Seeing as Ramba knows that she is kind of usurped with experience with this group, at least with the two she knew already, and Cyrta is just a new arrival and stuff, she'd probably like agree with them and follow them. Also because she still wants to annoy them both, so if they're both going there, she'd probably just follow them naturally.
Feel free to split the party as well. That's also a good idea.
That's also true. So Cyrta, what I need you to do is go straight there.
Okay,
Oh no!
I
Ash,
will. I will.
She will.
I mean, you're a
Don't
fae.
hurt
What are
her,
the
she
what?
will.
Anyone hostile over there? Like, what are they gonna do to a fae? Like, you're 10 centimeters
Oh,
tall.
I got ways to
Take
fuck
a
with them.
fly swatter.
Cross would also reassure that like we don't have to spend too long at the tavern, literally like an hour at most.
Okay, fair. Yeah. Alrighty. Well, the tavern is at this point. You've walked further south, and so you're going to have to basically restart your steps. And I'd say it'd take about 2 hours of walking to get to the tavern. So,
And I mean, Rauda does want to get her payment job done. How?
Yeah.
This might have been discussed with the innkeeper. How does she prove
oh
that
yeah,
she's
how do you prove the bear's
chased the
driven
bear
away?
off?
How do you think? Like, if you've killed the bear, obviously a trophy is proof. But
Yeah.
like, if you've scared it away, do you think maybe like
I guess it would be a process of maybe having to like stay a couple of days to make sure like there's no more like reports of it around from people.
Yeah, or it's
Yeah.
possible that you can just be like, here, come and check out the cave. Like, I'll show you.
I was gonna say like, or take something from the bear's old cave.
You can
Did
take
bring a
something
bunch
from
of
the
bear
cave,
shit.
possibly. Yeah.
Not,
Yeah.
not that, but like.
I don't know. If that
I don't know
would-
if bear shit because they could have done it in the woods.
Yeah.
Bones or something. I don't know.
I think
Not
what
sure.
makes the most sense is that kind of like time passes and they realize the thing, or they just bring them to the cave. Those are the two things that make the most
Or
sense.
they send someone they like 100%
Yeah.
trust out to check.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. We can do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think what we'll
So
do
it'd be a
is
delayed payment probably. Then.
I think if you can go and announce it and say the job's
Yeah.
done, and then go, if you want to investigate these rumors of the other camp, you can do that. And then once you get back to the tavern, you'll probably have payment there. Like, it should take a couple hours to send someone to go and check the cave and make sure everything's fine.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, in that case, it makes more sense for you to go back. So, about 2 hours later, on the road, we are now in. We leave the river behind, and we leave the bears to their frolicking and feeding on fish. And
Very good
the
to
trek
hear back.
starts. I'm not going to spend too much time on the trek itself unless there's something in particular that you guys would want to do on the trek. You make it back to the road, and pretty soon the crunching of footfalls is something that is quite used to, quite accustomed to all of you. Ramba on the
Yes.
beaten track for the first time in a while.
I
and,
know.
Yeah. Maybe you spend
I would also.
Maybe you spend the walk like a little bit into the forest, but just in eyesight of the group, but still making sure you're purposefully not on the road out of spite.
Yeah.
But either way,
just I would say probably just the walk back is filled with Ramba asking all three of them a myriad of questions. Like mostly Cyrta now is the newest arrival.
And
Okay.
Rauna does, in a vain effort of trying to not be known as Trail Mix for the rest of her life, share her name and Lemu's name with Cyrta.
Okay, cool. All right.
He will remember Lemu.
Fair.
What kind of questions does Ramba ask Cyrta?
I'd say it would be questions of name again, just like to remember it for her own sake, because she names all the plants that she and like trees and wildlife that she encounters, but of course forgets them in about 3 days. As is one-off, just the first name that comes to mind. Probably like how she got here, what she's been up to, who is she, where's she from, how does she eat, why is she so small, why was she hiding, like as many questions, and even if they don't go answered, she still wants to ask them, and if they're not answered, that's still information she gains.
Okay. Yeah, how is Cyrta answering these questions, if at all? Is she just listening and letting her rattle off, or is she actually active in the
They get
conversation?
evasive.
Okay. Yeah, good to know. Ramba, it seems to you that Cyrta is not really... what kind of vibe is Cyrta giving off? Is she like a don't fuck with me, or just more like a... is it more awkwardness, or what's the vibe?
I think, at least in response to the questions, like, if someone was just overhearing and not really paying attention, it sounds like she's saying a lot, but she's not really giving any substance. She's not actually answering any of the questions, but she is saying a lot of stuff.
Interesting.
Yeah, I see.
So it feels like she's answering the questions, but she's not.
Oh boy.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Alrighty. Still, the walk goes on, and Ramba, you do get at least some kind of response from her. But yeah, as I said, again, just a creature larger than life out of legend, and then an Eyya, who you've seen already, but someone who you did think of as this amazing, awesome figure, and then a literal fairy that you're now walking alongside.
Yes.
You feel like possibly the most normal person in the room.
Which I think would very much feel great to her, of just I wanted to have these experiences, and I'm with a group that is maybe a unique grouping of people right now, of just or at least not heard of often in stories and stuff. She is traveling with people who have such varied backgrounds and origins and stuff, and now she is paving the way for her own stories in the future now, with which excites her and makes her very happy that she was where she was in the morn.
Very cool. Very, very cool. Soon, after about 2 hours of walking, the trees give way. The snows seem a little bit more prevalent, and the ambience of the forest moves away as you enter a more plains region and a distinct uphill, as the mountain looms to the left and right of you, and you end up facing a trail that winds up, meant for put that way for either carriages or anything like that. But also, interestingly, it's quite a hill, but the big road that's meant for carriages is also bypassed by an interesting wooden contraption that is a basket at the bottom, and there's a counterweight and a little lever. It's not manned, there's no one there, but it's pretty idiot-proof that you pull the lever and the basket ascends to the top and then come back down again. So a way for people who are walking to not just go up the carriageway, but actually be able to bypass that entirely. So if you'd like to, you can use that, or if not, you can use the road. Except for one of you.
The road.
Yeah. It's one of those moments where the
Okros comes up to it and he just keeps walking. He just keeps walking.
Yeah. The bar.
Yeah,
It would be like if you tried to walk onto the basket and there'd be a sign that says like maximum weight exceeded or whatever. Like we did not prepare for an elephant. I'm afraid. I'm sorry. But yeah, one of the many pieces of evidence that show that Katakara is not ready for a Famfaum and have not built their societies around it. Anyway, it exists. So Okros is taking the road. Are the rest of you taking the lift?
Brown as well.
Ramba's definitely taking the lift.
Okay.
It's not the road.
Okay. You step in the basket and then and pretty well, like it seems like it's a fairly newly installed thing. The marks of time and age haven't really had much of an effect on this basket, and it very smoothly rises to the top as rope moves over rope. And Cyrta, are you following on the road, or are you just going to zip around to the top with Ramba?
The third path.
I mean, you can fly, so I suppose you'll probably see the people up at the top first, right?
I think she will sit on the edge of the basket as it ascends.
Very cool.
Cute.
Okay. And as you move, Ramba gets to the top at least like 15, 20 minutes before the rest. So you have plenty of time to just pick flowers, chill, ask Cyrta more questions, whatever, before finally Okros, Rauna, and Lemu make it to the top as well. Once you're up here, the air is decidedly colder. And though spring is on its way, it is much more... it is certainly much more exposed up here. And directly ahead of you, as the path tapers off, it moves into more of a flat thing, just more of a straight uphill, and you can see the road passes between two mountains. It's been kind of... it's just sort of a natural little valley that the road passes between. But on one side, about 100 meters in front of you, is an inn. And it's just at the top of that last, the hill directly in front of you. It's just at the top. And the inn itself, and I will put these challenges to bed because Sylvan and I have been dancing around the word tavern and inn. It's both. It is an inn and a tavern. It has a bar, but also people stay in it all the time. It's an interestingly structured inn because it's kind of partially built into the mountainside. There is a floor area, but there are several entrances to it. It does cater to those who came here by ground and those who came here by air, being that quoll are a species that are found quite commonly in these parts. Quoll being the avian species of Eyya. There are many perches and places for quoll to come in and enter the tavern from above, and so it's about 3 or 4 stories that are built up on a slant. Like little layers built on top of each other up that mountainside. And there's a sign swinging from each of the layers. And I think as you approach that top of the hill, you see signs of life. It's the afternoon, so there are no torches being lit. It's getting quite hot as well. The sun is high in the sky. As the sun directly shines on you between these two mountains. But yet the snow next to you is managing to balance out your temperature. And the sign you see swinging in front of the inn as you get closer says, "Welcome to the Ko-View-Rru." Spelt K-O-VIEW-RRU. I will put it in chat.
Thank you.
Thank you.
The Ko-View-Rru.
Oh my fucking god.
And as you get to the top of the hill, and to your left is this inn that's been built into the mountainside. There's a little path that moves into it. There are some stables for beasts of burden and things like that. And there's a little bit of talking inside, but it's very, very little. You all seem to, for a moment, you stop and wonder to yourself, why is it called that? And then as you crest the top of the hill, before you turn into the tavern, you look ahead of you, and you understand why.
Oh.
As the majesty of this beautiful valley, only recently settled, is laid out before you. Trees, layers of snow, mountains as far as you can see that form a little protective embrace around this little valley. A giant river that flows through the center of it, that is brought. And the picture that you are shown is not 100% accurate, but it's an inspiration. There are plenty of waterfalls and rivers that come from the tallest of the mountains that join this great river that flows northeastwards into the sea. And you understand why this place is cheesily named the Ko-View-Rru. This is Ko-View-Rru. And while you're not going into it just yet, I thought it prudent to show you exactly what this land looks like. And in real life, this is Earth. This is just planet Earth, which you should all be aware is a beautiful, beautiful place. And and we should all never forget how beautiful this is. That's a great question. I'm going to check the source of this.
It's just down the road.
Don't say Finland. It's too. I don't think it's Finland.
It is too mountainy.
Too mountainy. Yeah.
Let's see. Does this actually have a? This is in a place called British Columbia in Canada.
Canada. Yeah.
This is Canada. Yeah.
Nice.
All right.
You're welcome. We invented it.
We're in Canada.
I hate it.
And it's
Well,
at
it's
that
British
point
Columbia. We invented it.
as
Can you
we
please, I beg you.
God damn it.
as we turn from the view to the Ko-View-Rru, we'll take some time to rest and gather some information. We're going to take a short break. It's
Yay.
10 past on the dot, so we'll take about 5 minutes, and we'll come back at 15 past. So,
Okay.
Wonderful.
thank you, everyone. I hope you've enjoyed things so far, and we will see you in 5 minutes. Take care.
Oh, yeah. we don't actually need rest.
What was that, Douglas?
I'm thinking actually we don't really need to rest. I don't think anyone's really missing anything.
Except
You
hope,
know.
which might be good to do.
Hmm.
But then I also get fear. So, welcome back, everyone. Where we last left off, the group had just gotten to the Ko-View-Rru, the tavern that named so for this, the thing you're currently seeing. The mountains that enclose the realm of Ko-View-Rru, a small, recently settled area known for its winding river directly through the middle, and waterfalls that carry with it not only fish, but also minerals. And here are four newly acquainted individuals arrive at the Ko-View-Rru. You walk through, you being 3 out of the 4 of you, for of the species that this place has accounted for. Again, a Phanfoam is not one of them. In fact, with the way that these layers have, I would say, like, you're not only taller than the door, you're taller than the first story. You could probably see over the top into the second story. I think as you...
It's that
there's
scene
this
from Jurassic Park where the eye like
yeah, in the window, yeah.
Oh god.
There's this as you all walk closer, I'll say I wonder, can you guys think of another beast of burden besides a horse that people might use here? Like
Ox.
Ox would be pretty
Donkeys.
good. Yeah. We can go with some ox, yeah. Let's say there's a pair of ox just in the stables next door chewing on some hay. And even they are the first to recognize your presence. And as they turn, one of them lets out a as they see it took me a while to find the ox voice. As they see an elephant come towards them that they've never seen before. And there are those who, maybe 2 patrons, both of them Qual, who have settled on one of the perched areas of the inn. There's some chairs and tables for them, sized for all sorts of people, in this case for Qual, and they're just chilling and having a conversation, playing some sort of board game, and then when they hear your footfalls, they turn, and you meet them at eye level, despite you being on the floor, and them being on story 2, and one of them gives a very startled squawk, and their feathers kind of ruffle a little bit, and it isn't one of those where like, oh, a strange character's come to the tavern, and, you know, back to your drinks. It's a fucking elephant. And so they will openly stare for the amount of time that you're around. Yeah, go on.
When they get closer to the tavern, like, I'd say when they're about to enter, Across like looks at the 3 of them and try and see Cyrta, but, you know, she's very tiny. So mostly focus on Ramba and Rana. If it's all the same to you both, I think I'll linger outside for a bit. Not that I could come in anyway.
Your ears pick out the fact that they're talking. I don't know how much Qual Okros would understand, but maybe we're quite well traveled. You'd probably understand these few phrases, such as, "It's fucking talking." They don't.
He would just say openly, yes, it is," and then look at them.
One of them nudges the other one that whispered, "Don't be so fucking rude," and then they'll switch over to get to Karin and say, "Hello, are you there?"
He just gives a little wave of his trunk before focusing back on Ramba and Rona.
I know I've seen everything. Okay, so do the rest of you move in? Oh, and I should mention, we are Rambaless for the moment. There's an emergency, but she'll be back as soon as she can.
Yes.
But Cyrta and Rauna and Lemu, are you guys heading into the tavern?
Rana does give a minor bit of a stink eye to the rude qual.
You also know that Lemu might have to wait outside.
Can't I stay with the big boy?
Actually, yeah. Do you think Rauna would have made a sort of made the innkeeper make an exception, considering she's doing work for them? That's up to you.
She doesn't really like. She's not gonna raise a fuss
Okay.
about something as simple as that.
Okay. Cool. All right.
Stay
Then maybe
with, across then.
maybe Lemu
Yeah.
could keep Okros company. That's what I was thinking when I said that.
Yep.
It
Yep.
wasn't to
She does.
exclude.
She definitely does like just like. She does like a little I wonder.
Mm-hmm.
Little like short like command whistle and a hand gesture towards Okros, and Lemu moves over. And, okay,
Nice.
this is friend now.
Nice. Okay.
Okros looks down at Lemu, and little Trunk reaches out and just pets him on the head.
He does he do the thing of moving the hand
In front
the
of,
trunk
like,
over the
showing-
top of the head or the side of the head?
This is important.
Oh no.
Yes,
Important
this is
question.
important.
I would say he's not like too crazy with animals, but like he does show that he is. Like he puts it in front, like, "Hey, I'm about to touch you," and then like goes and like somewhere in the middle, like somewhere on the top, somewhere on the side.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, because like the approaching trunk is treated like an approaching hand, so like reaching over, sniff sniff. Then if the trunk moves a little bit over his head, then he like pins his ears and leans back. Like, "Oh, what are
Okay.
you doing?" But side of the head is like, "Oh, pitsies, okay, yeah."
Gets sniffed. By the trunk.
Well, he gets sniffed in
Ah,
return.
welcome, Ramba. Very good.
Welcome back.
Okay.
Snobber.
Lemu and Okros are having a sniff off. And
Fantastic.
I need to move you guys into the scene. Hold on.
Candy, basically, we arrived at the tavern. Two Qual were like looking at Okros, being like, what the hell? And then it's
It
the
can
rest are
talk.
heading inside, and then Okros and Lemu are staying outside because Okros cannot fit.
I understand.
Yeah. That's it. Wait a minute. Oh, you're still here. Oh, I don't have to have you on every scene. That's interesting. Okay. Either way, here we go. You...
Now I'll quickly be right back.
Okay, cool. Let's see. You open the door, and whatever there's a quiet hum of talking. There are maybe 4 or 5 patrons in here at this point. But as we've talked about in the break, it is the middle. It's sort of the transition period from winter to spring. Days are still quite short, and so the sun is actually quite much lower in the sky than I originally described. And it will be gone within the next maybe 2 hours or so. And as you walk in, you find a cozy layout. Nothing too special. There are a number of tables and chairs laid out, and in addition to stairs for those with who climb, there are also just holes in the roof with little railings on either side for those with wings to fly through and jump back and down at their leisure. And I think the 5 patrons, honestly, you can decide who they are, but I'd imagine that probably mostly a Caharum 2 or 3, maybe down on this floor, probably just regular non-winged folk like a Caharum or a Gormit or something like that, which for those unfamiliar are cat folk and canine folk, dog folk as well. And this is where I'm going to... yes. The bartender, who is currently having a nap, because it's a slow day. There's a hammock that he's managed to put up. You know, Rauna, you've met him before. His name is Salfa. Salfa. And he is a Gormit, a canine folk. More... let me see here. Let's see. more specifically, a wolf gormet. For those more accustomed to the cold weather, he has interesting sort of dark grey fur mottled with streaks of white. And he's currently in a hammock that he's placed. He's kind of strung up at the center of his area of the bar, and he's just kind of lazily swinging it. One leg kind of out, and nose pointed at the air, and his ears are twitching. He's having a very, very good rest. And Rauna, as you enter, you see his ears twitch as he definitely picks up the appearance of new customers. And then he goes, familiar. You've been here before. You coming or going? To Ko-View-Rru, that is. And he turns his head, kind of doesn't open his eyes yet, but waits for a response.
She does call out that, it's me, with the bear job.
Ah, the ailer. All right. You got your boy? He's still around. He's referring to Lemu.
Outside.
Good, good. Oh, he's such a good boy. And then he... New. And then he kind of opens one eye and just sort of hangs to one side of the hammock, looks over at I assume Ramba is next to Rauna.
Yeah.
And says, well, you're a little big for a Jafrel, but oh, well. Hey there. You coming or going?
Both depending on the day.
To Ko-View-Rru, I meant.
My statement stands.
All right. How can I get you a drink, at least? And he kind of swings one foot off and sits in a more casual position off the hammock before bouncing to his feet and walking on two legs up to the counter.
That would be appreciated, yeah.
What do you like?
What you got?
Well, give me a second. Let's see. He looks you up and down and says, You a fan of drinks with a kick, or are you a teetotaler?
I mean, nothing wrong with some kick.
Well, I've got kick. Let's see.
Let's punch it then.
I think I'm using a generator. Yeah, you should use my resources. All the resources are down below. They're not mine. I use them. They're very good. And he says, all right. Well, it's bound to be a cold one, so let's see if we can warm you up. And he'll take a glass and pour you a glass of stout, which is it's a special. For those of you who don't know, stout is a beer with milk instead of hops or barley. I think it replaces one of the ingredients with milk, and it makes a very interesting flavor. And this one is infused with a hint of elderberry, and he's gonna slide the drink across the counter. It's pretty well poured. He knows his stuff, and he kind of moves it over to you.
Robert will give it a couple sniffs first.
If you like it, you can pay for it. If not, it's fine.
She's gonna give it a little taste sip. Trying to like, I think at first it's less so there's like, it's less trying to figure out if she likes it or not, and less trying to guess what's in it.
Yeah, yeah. You got a good nose. You
like
can
trying
tell.
to, trying to like taste all the different things in it, and then like after the taste sip, she like give it like an actual like try of like a good gulp of it and stuff. Okay, yeah, that's pretty nice. That's gonna be helpful.
Well, there you go.
she'll pass over a what's the amount? It is a handful of gold.
Well, a handful is a bit expensive for a beer. So this is how it works in Daggerheart. We don't track individual things. You just flip a couple coins across. It doesn't take anything away from your wealth, and that's it.
Gotcha.
You can just
okay.
narrate it.
Cool,
yeah.
cool.
So
Let's
it's all
go.
good.
Okay, yeah. Couple of coins over, however much it would cost normally, and she happily drinks away at it, letting Rona do whatever business she needs to with it.
Okay. He gives you a nod. And you can see that he's got quite sharp features. He is not a young wolf. He's clearly seen his fair share of life. Not super old, but definitely on the later side of middle-aged, and quite grizzled, especially around the scruff. It's got quite a lot of fur. And he moves over to Rana and leans over the counter and says,
"So, you dealt with my bear problem."
It was a mother with a cub. They have been relocated now.
Shit. Well, it explains it, but really glad it didn't have to go the other way.
Dude.
Honest pay for honest work.
and he counts out a number of coins, puts them in a bag, and hands them over to you.
She thanks and gets the coins.
And you can add a bag of gold to your bag of coin to your inventory.
Oh.
And he says,
Hope you don't mind, but we like to check these things.
Hey, Willis. And a qual peeks their head in through the top of one of the hatches and says, "Yeah."
Need you to go fly by and check out that cave that we mentioned. When we hired this one here for the bear. Should be gone. Go check. Quickly before the sun sets. Or you catch your death of cold.
Yeah, all right, I'm on my way. And flies out the window.
They'll be back in, a couple minutes, I guess.
Rona's just standing there, nodding, nonchalant, like this happens all the time.
Yeah.
Completely normal.
Hope you don't mind, but I'd ask you to stick around until Willis is back. We just want to check these things.
Of course, we understand.
Well, make yourself comfortable. Feel free, grab some seat. There are plenty of them around. We've got board games in the corner.
I should probably mention that in case more customers come in, there is a fanfaroom in your yard. A friend of ours.
Oh, what?
She pauses and blinks.
Is that like a horse? Did you get a horse when last
Elephant.
we spoke? Or?
Man.
Oh,
Big guy.
He widens his lupine eyes.
you have an elephant?
He is a person.
Okay, yeah, I'm sure. Far be it from me to say that maybe you have a very special bond with your elephant, but
I just want to screen wipe for like a split second to Ocross. Like his now is just giving belly rubs to Lemur.
Perfect.
And then
Very good. Yeah, he's not really sure. Like the word fanfaroom does not mean anything to this man. Like he doesn't. Yeah.
Rauna actually, like, she pauses, rolls her eyes, and kind of mutters something. I don't know what she mutters, but she mutters something.
And as you've kind of been talking about an elephant, and so two of the other patrons, both of them Kaharim, they've been poking their head up from their meal. And one of them kind of nudges the other one, and the other one gets up and goes to the window, opens it, sticks their head out, and just closes it very slowly. Not me forgetting the fucking bartender's name already. What is his name? Did someone tell me?
Salfa? Safla?
Salfa. There we go.
Salfa.
I'll put it in chat. The Kaharim looks back to Salfa, and Salfa looks back to the Kaharim, and kind of raises his eyebrows in a, is it true? Is there an elephant outside my bar? And the Kaharim goes, yeah, kind of like nods their head. And he goes,
Oh, well, this I gotta see.
Rounds the corner of the bar, makes very definite strides, throws open the doors, and says,
Well, I'll be damned.
and as he turns to the side and sees not just an elephant, but an elephant covered in armor, very scary, and giving belly rubs to a dog, which is quite the scene.
He pauses mid belly rub and like whale eyes and looks over.
React.
Oh. Hello. Good to meet you. You're
Likewise.
not elephant. You're a person, right?
Very much so. I am a femme fatale.
Well, I've
Newfound
never heard
friend
of one of
here
you
of
before.
Rauda.
You must be from the Far East. Are there more of you around there, maybe?
Kind of like looks down to Leimu for a moment, like takes his trunk away and then addresses Salpa properly. Not many, as far as I'm aware.
Well, that makes sense. I can tell you now, there aren't many of you here. I've never seen one in my life. Didn't even know you were a thing.
Then I am happy to be a first.
I'm Salfa.
Okros, a pleasure.
Good to meet you, Okros. You coming or going?
Well, we are just stopping by. I had came across Rauna during her travels and hunt, as had the rest of us, and he kind of like gestures loosely towards wherever Ramba and Cyrta might be. Though we came across a peculiarity. Are you aware of the... I have to check this name every time. Are you
Calagondo?
aware of any Calagondo in the vicinity? Are they a frequent appearance here?
The elementals. I mean,
Indeed.
in the winter, sure. Not usually. By now, they've always gone to sleep. Why? Did you meet one?
Perhaps only just 2 hours ago.
Oh shit. All right. Well,
I mean, at this point he's kind of talking so that Rauna and Ramba can hear on the inside of the tavern, but he's kind of making a triangle between you and them. So he goes,
all right. This is awkward. Hold on.
and he walks in, closes the door behind him, and beckons Ramba and Rauna to the one of the window tables. Pulls out a couple of seats, sets them down, and then throws the window open and goes,
Oi! This way!
kind of waves his arm out the window.
Yeah.
He
And,
slowly trundles over, shaking the entire house from
We can't.
Yes, it's just boom, boom. And all the patrons are kind of going, and, Okras, I think, you know what, I'm gonna spend a fear. And, Okras, I think your ears would definitely pick up somewhere on the 3rd floor. There's some whispering going on that stopped, and as the conversation has been getting more lively, you get the sense you're being listened on. And, you simply hear 3 words that are whispered that reach your elephantine ears as you settle down into a sort of crouch next to the window. Or rather, you just kind of seat yourself. Beast of Baldroon.
There's like a pause as he settles, and he looks up ever so slightly, and then gently shakes his head. And he'll focus on the window as big as it might be, and he'll.
Yeah.
Is it like openable?
Well, I mean, you're listening to it on the 3rd floor, which is not just straight above you, but more dug into the mountainside. You couldn't reach it. You can just hear it.
No. He's talking about I'm talking about the just.
Oh, the window right next to Salfa. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's openable. He's opened it already, and he's now looking at you as you settle down.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. And he'll look to the others and just say,
Wave.
I'm sure the others can fill you in as well, but if I may be so selfish, Salfa, I could very much do with a beverage.
He kind of blinks.
Do you happen to have any herbivorous drinks?
Now let me see if something. Now, Gormit are Yeah, they are omnivores here, but generally, a drink is a drink. Like, I don't know if we've got plant matter drinks. Yeah, sure, let's go with that.
Most are.
It's true. Yeah, actually, that's a good point. Yeah.
I said it and I was like,
Yeah.
wait, aren't
Beer,
those drinks?
cider.
I think a drink made out of meat is usually called a broth.
is called a broth. Yeah.
I mean, you could split hairs about whether honey is.
No.
Look, you know what?
No,
Okay.
we're
Lucas
not.
probably had a bad experience and is like, I'm just gonna, from now on, just say herbivorous drink.
Okay, fair enough. He sort of
He
squints a
somehow
little
wandered
and
into Valen Wood and got some rot mess.
Yeah.
he says, Salfa says, I'm
A little more concerned about portion size than quality of drink, but I'll try. All right, hold on. The rest of you
We
just
do not
make yourselves comfortable. Rona, do you want a drink?
Yeah, she'll have some form of like small beer or something, not too alcoholic. But
okay.
Yeah.
Cool. You can flip a few coins, you get
The,
your drink, and yes.
The
Urfros?
trunk will briefly retract and then come back like cold. The fingers curl and he'll offer out a few coins. On these, like,
Very cool. Very cool. And yeah, he takes them, and he's gonna go and get. You know the. Yeah. He says,
How much do you drink?
and he looks out the window. He's got up out of his seat and he kind of turns and talks over his shoulder.
Like, are you feeling like you want to drink something that's more proportioned to you? Because that'll cost a little more than what it usually costs people. Sorry.
Truth be told, it is less about the fulfillment of the drink and more just the taste. So, whatever
Fair
tastes
enough.
nice.
And he won't charge you an entire handful of coin for a barrel of beer. He will go back. I think he'll make some tea, because that's the most herbal thing that he could probably possibly think of. And we'll call it green tea, with a little bit of caramel, some coconut, and some raspberry for some fruitiness. And it's it's an interesting combination. And he doesn't pour in a mug. He takes an entire pitcher, something that is used for. It's like 2 liters of tea that he just grabs and he carries with both hands onto the table, and then sort of takes the pitcher and says,
I don't quite know how to
how he gives you the handle of the pitcher, and yeah.
So wait, hang on. I need a reminder. Elephants drink by like
Yeah, you
tea
suck it through
in
your-
their trunk.
Yeah.
You can suck it through your trunk, or you
yeah.
can have it in your mouth as well. But yeah, it's mostly
Yeah,
through your
they
trunk.
like suck the liquid into their trunk, then
And then
put the
bring
trunk
it to
into
their
their
mouth.
mouth and
Oh
then
yeah,
spray it.
yeah. You spray it into your mouth. Yeah. Though
they can also probably like you could just hold
With the
the
hand,
pitcher in
you could
the
probably
in the
hold
trunk
it with
just
your
pour
trunk
into
and
your mouth.
yeah.
Ask for a straw.
He is a straw.
Straw would.
Need a straw. The trunk
He
is the
has a
straw.
straw.
The trunk is
Yeah,
the
but
straw.
he
It's a
can-
built-in
you know-
straw.
He can hold the pitcher with the trunk and then lift the straw to his mouth, so then it's less awkward to pour it.
Fair. Yeah.
Well, what he does do in the endeavor of amusing and weirding out the crowd, he does just stick his trunk into the pitcher and then brings it to his mouth and just drinks it that way.
Yeah, it's an interesting experience for Salfa, to be sure. And I think at that point, I want to skip ahead before we spend the rest of the act talking about the anatomy of femme fatale and how they drink tea. But I think I assume you will tell him of the Calagondo that you saw and what it talked about. How are you being quite open with him, or are you leaving anything out? Is there a reason to be secretive? What is the
Unless anyone else has any thoughts, I don't think Oracross has a reason to be secretive, but he is openly going to say that, like, their warning was consistent of these guards, apparently, looking after this cave. And just basically along that line.
After listening for a while, Salfa kind of nods and says,
Look, I'm no authority on these kinds of things. I'm just the one who looks after travelers who come in and out of Ko-View-Rru, but... I mean...
My curiosity was if you'd heard anything somewhat similar to this.
Nah, nothing. Not a peep. You said they didn't fly any colors, so... Could be bandits, just holed up in a cave they found and they thought it was nice, you know?
But what would this cave have that would drive off, well, wildlife such as that bear?
I mean, maybe if that was the bear's previous cave, it's likely when they found it, they must have chased the bear off, right? Makes sense to me.
Very much so.
But then, of course, like you said, why not just pick a different cave? That's true. It's an interesting story you seem to have stumbled onto.
They went for the effort of removing a bear and her cub from the very cave they sought out. There must be a reason for that.
Well, I couldn't tell you what it was. I'm afraid, I'm not really sure of the caves too far west of here. But...
I believe that's what we are endeavoring to find out soon. And we were hoping we could learn anything from here. Perhaps through rumor.
What's concerning to me is... You said that they were quite well armed, according to the Calagondo, anyway.
Is
Being
it
that-
pause for a moment, and he'll say, MJ, what was the commander's name again, they said? Or
I was thinking of it the whole time, trying to remember the goddamn name.
Counselor Fala.
Counselor. They mentioned... Apparently there was mention of a Counselor Fala. I'm not entirely sure if that rings any bells.
He...
Context, my old friend. Well, well, that changes things.
And at that exact moment, the twitches that you heard, the whispers that you heard from the third story across, you hear them start up again, in earnest, and you hear some shuffling on the second story, like something on the third story has moved closer. Yeah. He nods and puts his drink down and says,
This feels very above my pay grade. Oh, but it...
The name does not spark any bells at me. Who exactly is that?
Counselor Fala is one of the three. One of the three counselors. I mean, you don't know Ko-View-Rru, do you?
He looks to the rest for a moment.
Nope.
I built this
Ramba
place.
doesn't seem like she's listening because she's trying to. She's sitting at the table. She's there. She's drinking. She also has asked for a bowl of water for Leimu.
"Oh, cool! It is brought."
Yes. But she is. She's looking around and trying to see where the fuck Cyrta is. But once the question is asked, she does look over and say that she knows very little, and then goes back to looking for where the fuck Cyrta is.
Where is Cyrta?
Well, I put a little thing in the foundry chat of what she was trying to do.
Yes.
I keep looking over to see if anyone's trying to take the spotlight. Because feel free to do that. And click a little hand button if you want me to come to you specifically.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, that's okay. It takes a while to get used to. You're gonna try. As a fairy, I don't think you need to worry because you don't even smell like anything to Salfa. You've been here for a little while, and he never knew you were there. So it's pretty easy for you to find a little what's left over of a cake someone had or something like that.
I was thinking one of those very tiny mini marshmallows that people put on hot chocolate.
Incredible.
Which to her would be still be a big marshmallow, but
you can literally dive into a full-size marshmallow like a swimming pool. Incredible. Like a trampoline It'd be great. Anyway, the mini marshmallow is about the size of both of your hands. And yeah, you can definitely dive into that. I think, Rauna, if you are looking particularly hard, you might see her on an adjacent table, just like trying to tear at this marshmallow. Good, go on, Ash.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, I think about the time Rauna was like looking for her, she probably would have just been like out in the open, just playing.
Cool. Well, do you do anything with this information, Sylph, or are you just you're just looking for her?
Nope, she just wanted to. She lost track of Cyrta for a second and wanted to check where she was.
Cool. Good on you. Okay. Yeah.
And of course, will answer. I am also quite new to these lands, admittedly, so.
Salfa thinks for a moment and says,
Alright, I'm not gonna say too much, but it sounds like you need to make your way into Ko-View-Rru and make an appointment to see at least one of the advisors, if not one of the counselors. Counselor Fala is one of the 3 leaders of Ko-View-Rru. And, I get word a little late up here, but one of the greatest challenges we've had in this settlement is how we're going to get greater access to the things that are putting us on the map here and making sure we're protected from outside threats and anyone who would want to come in and expand as part of their territory. And it's a little... It's not the most exciting part of my day to talk about it, but as far as I know, the counselors are all riled up about how to do it and which approach is best and whatever. And, well, as of late, and late is probably before winter, not much really can happen in the depths of winter. But in the last autumn, Counselor Fala, there was a bit of a falling out with the 3 of them, and Fala decided, well, things have been quiet since then, and not in the good way.
Had a falling out.
There was a fight about something. I couldn't tell you the specifics, but it was probably related to the same problem that they've all been facing since we started this damn place. Counselor Fala is of the opinion that the land exists to serve those on it. And, well, he was looking into ways to extract the minerals that come down from the waterfalls more directly from the source, rather than wait until they get into the rivers, which takes a lot of effort panning and fishing and searching through, the water supply and...
I was worried it might be something to do with that.
So he's all about opening mines and tunnels and digging, some more lumber and other stuff. It's big. It's, it's going to bring in coin. Not everyone's a fan of it. And he kind of raises a hand, myself included.
What were you saying, Ash?
At the mention of local drama between the leaders, Cyrta will slide on over to the table and just place herself in the middle to get better to the conversation.
He kind of absentmindedly reaches over for his drink, and as you speak, he kind of pushes his drink a little bit more as another start, then lifts it up, sees you on top of it, or sees you underneath it, and goes,
"Hey."
Rauna will just say, "Hello, Cyrta."
Another one of yours.
A very recent addition.
And what are you,
I think we're all
little
pretty
one?
recent.
What do I look like?
Well, you look like a lass. You look like an X, actually. But X don't get that small.
It's a bit of a staring contest, and then he slowly resumes drinking.
Slowly takes a bite of a marshmallow.
All right, KG. That's fine.
She's been like this the past 2 hours. We've been traveling together.
Well, it has certainly been an interesting day. Good to
Very
meet
much
you, Cyrta.
So you
All right.
believe this is tied to their mineral extraction?
It's possible. If you ask me, this is just, talking out of my ass because I just run a bar, but it's... Fala's been fighting for a while to get certain things approved, to open up mines near the waterfalls, panning supplies, things that could, even dams that stop up some of the water so we can pan it before it heads down into the settlement. But the other 2 counselors have stopped him every time. So...
And it sounds like he's doing things without approval.
Aye.
If we're judging this based on hearsay, we don't actually know what's going on.
The problem is, if they're on the other side of the mountain, they're technically outside of Ko-View-Rru, so... what can we do?
I could, burn down the camp. That'd be pretty fun, I think.
I wouldn't mess with, I wouldn't mess with Fala if I were you.
But it'd be so easy. They wouldn't even see me.
Well, that's your business. I'm not gonna say yes, no to any arson-related tomfoolery, but I will
Hey,
say...
look, and she toasts the marshmallow with her hands.
His paw moves
like-
a little bit away as his drink gets distinctly colder, and just kind of lifts it up and goes, "The fuck?" Just
Oh, you're a maestro. All right.
I would be mindful what you say, Cyrta. I believe we are being listened into anyway. As he slightly looks up.
he squints.
Oh, hi, people.
I know. I have very good hearing.
Where?
I believe the 3rd floor. Upstairs. Just above here.
All right. Well, in that case, I definitely don't recommend anything you're suggesting.
And he kind of looks to Cyrta in the middle.
But what I will say is this sounds like something to bring to the other counselors in Ko-View-Rru. And I would really not advise messing with them on the outside. Because if they are on the outside and the counselors can't do anything about it, then that means that they can do whatever they want. And if they are as well armed as the Calagondo warned you they are, and you get into trouble, well... you guys are helpful. You drove away a bear, You might be helpful to the people of Ko-View-Rru, and you can't help if you're dead.
But I will give him a big, exaggerated wink.
I am interested in doing what's right. And from what sounds of what people are saying, it doesn't sound like whatever Counselor Fala is doing is right. I would like to learn more before I make a more decisive judgment, though. Perhaps we should still go and investigate. Perhaps not openly deal with it, but I would like to see what's actually going on.
He kind of raises his arms and stands. He's evidently, this is getting too hot for him, especially since Okras was talking about how you were being listened in, and he's clearly rattled.
Oh,
But he maintains his
poor old
composure
man.
somewhat and just goes,
That's as far as I'm willing to invest myself in this conversation. But if you do anything, just be careful.
That is understandable. You've already given us a great deal of information, which is what we came here to do and seek for.
Glad I could help. And remember, my recommendation is that you not fuck around with whoever or whatever might be there, if they even are working for Councillor Varla, or if maybe they're an enemy of his. I don't know. I'm just making... You just heard the name. Who knows? It could be anything. He's making his voice like a little bit louder now.
Loud slurping from his trunk.
Go into town and talk to the councillors. Get an appointment with an advisor. It's the safest way.
But that sounds boring.
Ogros will to his head in consideration for a moment and then just gently nod. I at least will heed your advice, Salva, and I appreciate it.
Well, stop by when you make your way out of Ko-View-Rru again. It'd be nice to chat about something less conspiratorial, and I'm always looking for a checkers buddy, so if you'd want to play, it's over there. And he points to the shelf.
Oh, that's precious.
I'm great at checkers, though it's hard for me to move the pieces because they're so big, but...
Really?
Imagine Cyrta and Okros playing checkers. Cyrta has to push with all her might to get the pieces, and Okros has to carefully nudge with his trunk.
Mm-hmm.
And
when one checker gets removed, he just...
The checkers are stored.
You know what? Ogros is like, I do enjoy checkers, though I have a horrible reputation of creating missing pieces.
What?
He just sort of smirks a little bit, puts his empty glass down by the bar, and turns and says,
well, if any of you want a game, I'm down. But if you gotta keep moving, I understand. For now, it was nice to meet all of you, and sorry in advance. Be prepared for the folk in Ko-View-Rru to not be prepared for you either, Okros.
I appreciate it, and don't worry, I've had a lifetime of that.
Sorry to hear that.
Yeah.
He just gently dips his head. And thank you for the drink as well, and the hospitality.
Oh, of course. If you guys want a room, those of you who aren't an elephant, you can always stay upstairs, or there's some rooms adjacent to us on the first floor as well. Come and talk to me if you
Yeah.
if you want a room or anything.
If it's needed, we'll let you know.
I'll go finish my nap.
and he moves over to the bar. And one of the patrons, the Kitakara from earlier, gets up, walks over to the bar, and kind of leans in a little bit, turning sideways to look at you every now and then leans in again. And Salva has relaxed himself there, hands behind his head, and as the Kitakara comes up, he opens one eye, twitches an ear, and looks over at him. And as the Kitakara starts to whisper, he says,
I know absolutely fucking nothing. Go away. We were talking about checkers.
I will say that once Salva is departed, it's just the group at the table. Argos kind of regards each of them, and is a moment of consideration before you'll say, now I understand we all came across one another in somewhat of a, well, happenstance. And I realize that there is more to this situation in Ko-View-Rru than what is clearly on the surface. I don't know about all of you, but considering how well most of us worked with the bear, and he kind of looks at Cyrta a little bit confused, what element she played into this, but he continues nonetheless. Considering how we handled the bear, we do seem to appear to make a good team, and I would much rather travel alongside familiar faces, so I understand if all of you have your own business to go about, but I would be happy to travel alongside you here while we stay in Ko-View-Rru, if that is alright. And you don't mind the extra attention.
I mean, I wouldn't mind the company either. I've only been traveling a few months, and it's mostly been on my own. Haven't had a reason to stay in any place since I left, and I mean, when an elemental of legend, sort of, tells me that we're the right people to tell the secret to, I feel like I want to chase that. I want to investigate that a bit more, especially if it's upsetting something.
It almost feels like a quest, doesn't it?
Yeah. Been a
Let's
story
sort of dry
someday.
laugh.
And if I'm quite honest, I see it as a sign. Of what? I'm not entirely sure, but I like to believe it is of Eyya. I am here for a reason, and I think I have found it now.
All of you have heard the word Eyya before. It's the general word for God, basically, in Eyya, in Katakara as well. There are plenty of religions, but there was a great unification a very, very long time ago, longer than the barriers, and Eyya kind of came out as the one name that many religions had given to their god, and it just became the name in the language of Aeon, which everyone speaks, called Eyya, and that seems to be this one of the root gods of many of the, like the Abrahamic religions of the world. This is Eyya is like the god of that. So there are lots of people who have different interpretations of Eyya and stuff, but it's not an unfamiliar name.
Rumble will give a smile at that then, and kind of look back over, of the patrons of the tavern, and I wonder if we would like to converse away, if there's people listening in with intent and seeing how Salfa reacted.
I am not opposed, if it would make you more comfortable.
At that point, while you're deliberating, there's a flap of wings. Okros, if you look over to the horizon, you can see a bird that's just come back, and the bird, ends up looking a little bit bigger, looking like a humanoid-sized sparrow, basically. The being known as Willis kind of flits up to the second floor, and then pokes their head through the hole in the floor again, and looks to Salfa and says, "Salfa, cave's clear. Everything's fine. Yeah, it's all empty, and it's a bit cold now, but it's at least gone. Can confirm." And Salfa just lifts out a single thumb and a single thumbs up from one of his paws and goes,
Thank you. Go back to your book.
"Thank you.
Brown also calls out, "Thank you."
You're welcome."
I will.
Just sort of shakes off the tiredness from the flight, and Salfa will open one eye and look over to the bar, or look over to where you guys are sitting, and say,
Keep the coin.
Thank you.
and he'll go back to you. Yeah. And he says,
I agree, by the way. If I can hear you.
just letting the sentence stay as a half.
Yeah.
So,
Roman's gonna get up at that.
yeah, are you going to try and find a more secluded spot in the inn to talk?
Well, we can't really find anything more
Well,
secluded
no,
inside the inn. We're gonna need to be like at a window.
Well, I was Rama's suggestion was more so get out of the inn and maybe
Oh,
at
okay,
least,
cool.
like either make make tracks towards Ko-View-Rru in general to maybe try to get that appointment, or
Yeah.
whichever way the party wants to go, just away from this place, because clearly
Alright.
people with interest are listening in.
So, slowly, you stand up, you finish your drinks. Cyrta, you pocket what's left of the marshmallow. Actually, you can't pocket it.
Bucket marshmallow, no.
As Cyrta stands up, she's gonna brush herself down, and when the others are leaving the inn to convene outside, she will fly, just zoom directly up through the floor to like where the eavesdroppers were pointed out and just
Oh.
yell boo and then out the window.
Okay. Right. I think. I don't think this is a roll.
Briefly set herself on fire to like startle them and then
Ooh.
just exit out the window to
Okay,
go join the
cool.
others.
Yeah. There's a little bit of cold air that it's kind of like you've broken the sound barrier, but you've basically just taken the energy from the air to make yourself hotter. And there's this sudden little fireball that just in this very tiny voice, and then flies straight out the window.
I can use my voice of dread to speak directly like into their ear.
Oh my
God!
I only have to roll for it if I want them to become vulnerable.
If you want them to be tormented, yeah, you can just do it. Okay, yeah, okay.
Oh,
I think, this is very cool. I don't think this is necessary. I don't think a roll is necessary here. You can, there's, as soon as you fly up, you see Willis, who is the first person you see. You scare the shit out of them as just as a little tiny mote of fire flies through. They're busy reading a book.
Straight through the floor, like phases through the floor.
Oh, through the floor, not even
Kind of
through the
thing.
qual
Yeah.
hole. Yeah, okay, cool.
Yeah.
So you phase through the floor, and Willis thinks there's some fucking there's a fire. Like some ember has come loose from a campfire, from like one of the fires in the hearth somewhere, and they're currently reading a book, turning with wings a little bit awkwardly, and as soon as you come up, there's just this and then you fly straight up through into the third floor, because that's where Ukros heard a lot of the thing, and that is an empty area, save for 2. This area in particular is a place where there are quite a lot of rooms on the third floor, but it's also it's a lot quieter. Qual tend to stay here because it's on the top, but here you find, let's see, yeah, you do find a qual, and you find a Caharum sitting at a table, in the corner that is like closest to the side of the tavern that you're on. It's also close to a window, and the Caharum is currently just very softly strumming a guitar. And as you shoot up through the roof and to that third floor, you disrupt the notes, and you can see that whatever music they were performing, very subtle, was going out of the guitar and straight into their ears. And the qual, as a result, was just staring straight ahead and drinking, and it didn't look like they were capable of hearing anything at all. And then as soon as you interrupt the piece of music, the hearing returns to the qual, and the Caharum, the music that flows from the qual into the Caharum is the connection is interrupted, and there's just this startling sound as they see this mote of fire pop up through, and what the Caharum immediately reaches for a blade, but then you say boo, and both of them just become too stalled to do anything, and as soon as you're out the window, they immediately rush to the spot where you were and look around and see if they saw anything, and they're just going to start searching, but you are already gone. And that's that.
Imagine Ukros is able to hear this scuffle because of seeing
Absolutely. Yeah.
Cyrta zoom off. Okay. He's gonna note that, and when Cyrta returns outside, like when they start to like group up again, Cyrta will see that he, in fact, with his trunk, recovered the marshmallow and is holding it out to
Cute.
as like a little reward.
Very cool.
And he'll keep a hold of the marshmallow in case she wants more.
And then, now that they've been found out, Ukros, I will need you to make a roll for me, please. I need you to make an instinct roll to see if you can catch what they say next.
Okay.
That is a 10 with hope. That will not do it, unfortunately.
Alas.
With hope, however, you still gain a hope, but I think you still get a little bit of an opportunity. You get the sense that the game of stealth that you were playing, they can the shuffling around that's going on, you can tell that they're searching the area. You are pretty sure they're never going to find what happened. And you're also fairly certain that they now know that they've been made, basically. What they do with that information and who they are even is a mystery, but you can get that much at least.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. So with that and that beautiful chaos, I think all of you decide post haste to promptly leave the tavern. And as you close the door and you step out into the rapidly cooling little mountain valley, the sun has now just passed behind one of the peaks of the mountains, and it's casting really long shadows over everything. But still up in the sky, you can see the clouds are specked with orange, and you are pretty sure that if you're going to make your way to the camp, let me put it this way. Ahead of you is the valley that you currently see. Ko-View-Rru, the winding river, the settlements, the three basic territories that Ko-View-Rru is divided into. And behind you is the path that you are on that leads to the edge of the territory of Ko-View-Rru and beyond, and the camp that you were told about. And that you now know a little bit more about, possibly. There are two paths ahead of you. And you are pretty sure that whichever way you take, you will do it under cover of increasing darkness. So let that be part of your decision-making process. But I will ask you now, as we take a break, I want to ask you first, where are you going?
I think since we're here, and it was Salva's recommendation.
To be clear, Ko-View-Rru will take a while. Like, even if you go down into Ko-View-Rru itself, you'll still get there by nightfall. You have to go down the mountain.
Yeah. I
could go either way, though.
Yeah, I kind of have the idea of, with Ramba's thinking, I think, knowing we've been listening on, don't know who they are, but the opportunity that they could be related to the situation, could warn them ahead of time. We're currently ahead of them, because they're still inside, we're not. And we have the cover of night to at least to go to the camp.
Ooh.
I kind of want to. I think Ramba would want to go to the camp because this is maybe the best opportunity with nighttime here. We have someone who is good with fire if we need any warmth on the way.
Okay.
Yeah.
And also, trying to get a meeting with someone as outsiders could take a while. We know basically nothing about this place we're going to.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially during like night falling. So yeah.
Especially if we bring back evidence, or it really depends what happens at the camp. But I think either way, Ogros wants to heed the local tavern keeper's advice, but he's also confident in his own abilities and isn't really intimidated by, say, a political figure. The counselor thing means nothing to basically all of us.
None of us.
Okay.
So it does seem like more leaning towards the camp.
Okay. Cyrta, you're also cool with that? I mean, I assume so, but considering your arsonist tendencies.
She wants to go to the camp, yeah.
Okay, very cool.
She wants to burn them.
Then,
Silver's well, I imagine.
Yeah.
I will say, then as you enter the wilderness once again, you turn away from Ketakara, from Ko-View-Rru, and you make your way south again, down the trail, the winding trail, and using the elevator as well. And before we take a break, I'm going to ask, let's see, who would be the one that would be most likely to, who'd be the most likely to keep an eye out?
Rauna.
Probably Rana.
Okay. And Rauna, I'd like an instinct roll, please.
Would I be able to help?
Absolutely. You can spend a hope.
Does helping stack
will-
or...
Get advantage.
Yeah, so
think
if
I
you
can manage
if
to
you stack and you can all spend hope to help, you get advantage on the advantage. So advantage is a d6 die, and
Yeah.
if multiple people help, you get a number of d6s that you roll and take the highest.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah, I'll spend a
Candy,
hope to get.
how much hope do you have, Candy?
I had 2. I've used 1.
Okay. Yeah, I will also help. Because my ears.
Okay, cool.
So I'll spend a hope as well.
Okay. How many advantages?
So that's
looks
two.
like.
That's 2 sources of
Two
advantage for you.
advantages. Yes. Sadly, I cannot use anything extra for this, so here we go.
Let's see.
Oh.
Okay. All right.
The
It's
dice
still
rolls
with
are
hope.
kinda low.
But I
You
get a
still
hope!
you still
You
get
do.
the
Get
hope.
a hope, yay!
I'll tell you what. MJ,
Yes.
would a 4 push that?
Would a 4 turn that into
If I want to
success?
use my prayer dice? Yeah.
No.
Or is it
No,
worth
I'm
me
afraid.
saving it?
I'm
Okay.
afraid
Okay,
not.
that's fine.
Yeah.
That's all right.
No. Okay. So I think you still get a hope.
Yay.
And I think as you move Rauna, you don't nothing really pricks up your alarm sensors, but I think as you move down this winding pathway, you realize that you've been silently piecing together this, not only the conversation but also the development with Okros that you were listened in on, and then Cyrta doing her thing. You get the feeling you might need to make a fast move if you're going to make it towards this camp. You might need to get a move on. Time might be of the essence. You just get that little warning in the back of your mind.
Yeah, did Cyrta mention that there was a qual in there? Because that thing's gonna fly.
Oh yeah, she could, give what description of the 2 folks she saw.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. You're free to extrapolate whatever information you like, Rauna, but
Yes.
but yeah, the vibe is basically just I should
Yeah,
I should get it.
she's definitely going to assume that a qual is going to fly
Okay.
to deliver
Well.
messages.
In that case, as fast as you possibly can down the mountainside, and maybe for the first time, Okros runs. And that is where we'll take another very quick break before doing the final act of this session. Thank you, everyone, for staying with us so far. Everyone refresh your drinks and snacks.
Yeah.
And we'll see you guys in, I'll give it 6 minutes. So we'll go at 12:30 on the dot, and we'll do the last half an hour
Okay.
of the session.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure. Sounds good.
Thank you, everyone.
Time to cause problems.
Time to cause problems indeed. What a way to come back.
Concerned.
All right, welcome back, everyone. We hope that you've had a good break and that you are freshly hydrated with your drink of choice. And don't worry if you have coffee, because people say that that's not hydrating, but actually, it's a load of shit. Coffee is very hydrating for you, actually. It is an urban myth that coffee dehydrates you. Oftentimes, liquid, as long as it's not too salty, is just liquid. And it works the same. But there's obviously no substitute for a good water.
This is why I don't need to drink water. I just got my Dr. Pepper.
You're
Okay.
gonna drink water,
Honey.
There are some exceptions to the rule, I think.
Hey, I drank water for the past 2 days. That's me
I
good.
drink-
I'm very proud of you.
I drink tea. It's just hot water.
Yeah,
Hot leaf water.
hot leaf
All right.
water.
Are we all ready to go?
Mm.
Right,
Yeah.
then
No, yes.
back through the forest we go. At this point, it's about 4:30. And I'm going to say that it's about that time where the sun has now set enough that it's not pitch black, but it's certainly dusk, if not outright twilight. And there is no direct sunlight anymore because you're in a mountainous area with trees, and it's quite dark. It's in that really awkward stage of the evening where you're like struggling to see, but it's not quite dark yet. It's like that weird, hazy, fuzzy time of day, which you hope will mask your approach. I would say, I think Chifrel have better sense of smell and hearing than eyesight necessarily. I don't think anyone has superior eyesight in this party. So I think most of you are relying on your ears and your smell. And of course, Cyrta with her music senses. So it's at this point that you start to hear the noises of the forest at night. A good kind of a forest that is waking up from spring is not quite as noisy as it would be in the depths of spring, but there's still something. Wolves are howling in the distance, and a couple of bugs are waking up from the cold in the slightly warmer parts of the forest. But still, mostly, it's fairly chilled. And I'm going to quickly do this. Yeah, let's do that. And as you trek through, I said that it's going to take about to get to the place that Rauna was at before, that being the snare. Are you specifically trying to go back there, or is there just in that general direction until you find something? What's the plan?
Yeah, I think going to the snare and then fanning out from there. Yeah.
Okay.
Going to the snare and then heading towards where the poacher dude was standing, and then trying to find a trail from there.
Thanks to the fact that you found it already earlier, and the fact that Cyrta kind of found it as well, and also the fact that as you get closer, you feel a small, an ever so slight wind start to blow from your back further, and it's cold enough that you can sense this isn't something that it is just something that seemed to just suddenly pick up, and like a signal, it guides you in the right direction. And so there's no need for a roll. You find the snare eventually, and as soon as you kind of get to the area that it's in, the wind kind of slowly dies down, trusting that you will find your way from here.
Calagondo, when it sees it's like, oh, finally, now they're going towards it.
Yeah, it's been a fucking minute. Like, I've been waiting here. I'm getting sleepy. Come on.
Ramba would whisper just a thank you into the general area.
The wind blows just a little bit more before dying again. And I think, you all get to the snare. It's been reset. But nothing's in it. And at that point, it's now pretty much almost... Oh, not another hour. We'll say maybe another 15 minutes to get there. It's now even darker. And you can still see a little bit in front of you, though. With the forest to your front and back, and the mountains to your side. Yeah, you mentioned that you were going to split up and search?
Don't know if we
Just
should
kind of
split
spread out
up.
until you see something.
I'd say more fan out within like
Okay.
within sight lines, just
Okay, cool.
fan.
Well,
Split.
this sounds like a group action roll, which we'll look at in a moment. So, group action rolls are very interesting. Hold on a second. Where's my window for group action rolls? Did I close the window? No, I did not. I'm surely not.
On your other browser?
No, it's here. I got it. All right.
Okay.
So, a group action roll. Let's see. Core mechanics. Oh, I have my GM screen here. Okay. So, you nominate a leader and all the participants, which I'm assuming are going to be all of you. But who is the leader in this search?
What stat is it?
What is it?
No.
Stat.
Yeah.
Oh, what's that? It's whatever stat you like.
Oh, okay.
It's based on whatever trait you think would work here. So it may be instinct, it might be agility, it might be The way that it's going to work is you nominate a leader, and then all the participants, you tell me how you're going to participate in this action roll, doing whatever you want. So you could be, you could be calling out and doing a distraction. That'd be a presence roll. You could be climbing a tree to go and get a better view. That could be agility roll. Anything like that. And successes give a +1 to the leader's roll. Failures give a -1 to the leader's roll. And then the leader makes an action roll with all of those modifiers.
I see. Okay.
So, who's going to lead?
I'd say probably Rauna's probably the best tracker. And
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Let's go with Rauna as a lead. And so we're going to go one by one. I'm going to start with Cyrta and ask, what is it that you do to help her in this? How do you contribute to the group roll?
Well, can I get a bird's eye view?
Oh, very good. I think that sounds like an agility roll for me to fly, or an instinct roll if you like.
I mean, definitely an instinct.
Okay, go for instinct then.
If she's doing instinct, can we not do instinct?
No, you can do the same. Yeah.
Okay.
It's a reaction roll, so it doesn't generate any hope or fear. So just go ahead and make a regular instinct roll.
Oh,
That's a 6.
Oh.
That's a failure. So it's going to be interesting that it didn't say with fear. Can you say reaction roll when you open up the thing?
yeah.
That's very
These
cool.
are little thing
Interesting.
Oh,
at
Nice.
the
Handy.
top. These are little
Interesting.
reaction roll.
Okay.
That's really nice.
Unfortunately for you, Cyrta. Yeah. In fact, Cyrta, tell me why your head's not in the game for this. Does something distract you? Is it too far away?
Well,
Like,
you
what's-
see, she previously ate a marshmallow. So
Oh, you want a sugar crash?
maybe the sugar got her a little drunk.
Okay, you're on a sugar. You're on a sugar high. Okay, I love that.
Okay,
All right, so
fantastic.
oh no.
She's a
Rauna-
fairy, so obviously she gets drunk on sugar.
that makes sense. Yeah. We're building lore. This is invaluable stuff. All right, so Rauna, you'll have a -1. Ramba, how are you aiding this group roll?
I would like to cast Nature's Tongue and ask the nearby plants and stuff what they've seen and heard, if they have a direction. to
Very
point us.
cool. Very cool. So that's an instinct roll for you. Just a regular reaction roll.
Okay. Reaction roll.
So click instinct and then click reaction.
Yeah,
and then,
reaction
yeah.
and then roll.
12.
Ooh, okay.
Yay.
Doesn't generate any hope or fear, but a 12 will do it. And I think really what for you, obviously, this is talking to the plants and seeing what's happening. But you can. What is happening in the world song is you are singing, and the world song takes that and follows kind of. Actually, yeah. You tell me. How do you think it interprets? How do you think the plants would respond to something like this? What does it look like?
I think if it's like she walks up to a collection of maybe like a couple of trees, and there's still like, you know, they're still covered in snow, but there's a couple blades of grass and such, and some bushes kind of just around the place, and she plays probably on her quarterstaff actually just like a little tune, and let the wind kind of flow through them, and as the wind like passes them, all of them would slowly blow in a direction to kind of guide her towards the right way.
Cool. All right.
Very nice.
That's a +1 to Rauna, making it a flat 0. And Okros, how are you aiding this action roll?
Honestly, I think he's traveling alongside Rauna and just being an extra pair of ears and just listening for anything that doesn't sound natural.
Okay, cool. Go for make an
I
instinct roll.
guess.
This is an instinct-heavy party. I am determining.
Yeah.
I'm figuring it out.
Fairly, here it comes.
Oh no!
Ooh, okay.
Although
Is this
it's
a high
high though.
roll question mark?
A high roll for us, I guess. Because
Oh,
we can't
Chris.
roll above 12.
Yeah.
What sound do you hear that prompts you to tell Rauna to search in that particular area, that like narrows the search?
Ooh, I think what ends up being is probably murmuring, like
Okay, cool.
like
cool.
maybe it's like some signs of like a patrol.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Yeah, maybe like murmuring that is like not the wind, not like an animal, but something else.
Okay.
It's like
Okay. Cool. And then finally, Rauna, with a +1, I want you to tell me what you're doing, which I'm assuming is going to be an instinct roll.
I am going to. Can I command Leimu to search?
Oh, you can
And
absolutely
using
do that.
agility.
Yes, do it.
Lemu.
And I am gonna. Can I
Spend a hope.
be a dum dum and use my hope and use Leimu's hunting companion?
Yeah, add his experience. Yeah, go for it. So he gets his experience bonus, and then you get a +1 on top of that. So it's a spellcast roll for you. Then you spend a hope. You get a +2 for his experience, and you get a +1 as well. So it's a +3 total. And then whatever, I think a +2 from your agility, which is going to be a +5 to this roll. It's going to be great.
Yeah. Leimu's sheet has a button called Action Roll. Is it that?
Yes,
Yes. Okay.
it will use your agility.
So, is this a reaction roll?
No, this is an action roll. This will generate
This
hope
is
off you.
action roll. And hunting companion, and a +1 advantage. Or is it? A
No,
+1
it's
or
not.
is it
It's
an
not advantage. It's a straight roll. It's a plus. It's a
Okay.
+1. It's just a straight +1 to the roll.
Okay. Situational bonus.
Yes.
+1. Why are you not typing?
Foundry, please.
Is it giving you
Why-
problems?
Yeah, it did not. If I remove that, it is not allowing me to roll.
Strange. Let me see. So you're gonna go. You're gonna go hunting companion.
It might be because I take the hope down on my forehead. Let me try that.
I think you might have to have hope for it to do it.
Yes.
yeah.
Okay.
There we go.
Okay.
It will delete it itself. All right. We learn.
I think it just has to make sure that if you guys will probably do the hope deductions manually, just do it after the roll, so you don't end up having.
Yeah,
zero.
that's what I've been doing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I want it to be manual so you guys can like get used to the way the system works. Because if it does everything for you, then you don't know the rules. Oh, that was so close to a crit. Okay, that's a fear for me. So,
The rolls aren't rolling today.
But with the benefit of everything else, I will say it takes maybe another 5 minutes, and it gets darker and darker and darker. And it's Okros's kind of Ramba following the wind, Cyrta just seeing the patterns swirl in the trees and stuff, and then zooms down to join the rest of the group. And Okros finally hearing some murmuring that lets you. I think at this point, all 4 of you are walking. You fanned out as you mentioned, and then you come back together to sorry, I want to switch music here. There we go. You fanned out, and now you come together, and you're walking kind of almost side by side through the trees, within like very close range of each other, about a couple feet, 5 to 10. And with Rauna at the front, you make it over a little stump and a log. You duck under a high bough, and towards the sound of that murmuring. Okros, you smell smoke. There's a fire. And Rauna, with Lemu directly ahead, kind of sniffing, he also smells the fire. And then his head turns, and he gives a kind of... and sort of just looks very obediently ahead at what he's found, the source of the murmuring. 2 figures in a tree, about 2 branches up. You spot them. They don't spot you. But as soon as you get there and he stops, the 4 of you walk up behind him, and there is a click. If you remember what this is.
Oh no.
So.
Oh no!
You're not sure which one stepped on what, but there is a click. And I want to know exactly what you do in reaction. Just
Landmines.
Trigger. Immediate trigger. What do you do? Everyone needs to just knee-jerk reaction.
Okros is immediately going to stand as close as he can to everyone, just to make sure that if there is something that's going to like hit anyone, it's going to be him getting hit.
Okay.
Well, Cyrta is fairly sure it wasn't her.
Okay.
For some strange reason, Rauna and Lemu scatter.
Okay, just immediately, just...
Yeah.
Okay.
Bolt somewhere.
I think Rama's gonna probably walking alongside Okros is probably just hears it and just again initial reaction gonna jump and just cling to Okros's leg.
Okay. All right. So Rauna, Lemu scatter. Cyrta flies up. Ramba survival instincts wraps around Okros. Okros plants yourself, and a net designed for a humanoid intruder wraps around the feet of Okros, making you and Ramba restrained. However, when a net comes up, it makes noise. But it really only makes noise when it lifts the target up into the air, which it isn't able to do. So, so in this moment, the trap is triggered. Rauna and Lemu, you avoid the net, but the net wraps around Okros and Ramba, restraining you both. But there's no noise, just the ever so slight creaking of trees and rustling of leaves. And there's no noise that it's obviously been triggered yet. And all you can do to keep it from doing that, Okros, is staying within it.
Okros is just kind of stood there for a minute. He realizes that the net has kind of not fully got him, but it's caught his trunk and stuff, so he's still technically restrained. So he's like,
yes.
Oh, that's a little bit inconvenient. So he just stood there for a moment, and he just looks down and sees Ramba also in it, and is just like, I see we've hit a predicament.
The figures, as long as you maintain this tense grip on the net, the figures in the tree are still turned away from you, and you don't think they've heard you yet. Sylv, I think you said something. Sorry for cutting you off.
Yeah, I have an idea. Then I realized that my idea isn't.
Okay.
I think
Don't forget to use the spotlight mechanic as well.
Yes.
Yes. Rumba's just gonna whisper out, in knowing allies are around, and just be like, "Deal with them, please."
Okay. Okros and Ramba, with very good ears, both of you. Now that you are close enough to the figures, you can hear every now and then. You hear like whispering between them. You aren't able to make out like species or anything like that, but you're pretty sure they don't have wings, so there isn't a qual among them. Probably Kaharim or Bonbao, and they're whispering to each other and saying, I mean, I just got here, but really, I could have sworn I saw you around at the last campfire. Yeah, no. That was my brother. He got called back. So soon. Okay. Well, you guys look alike. Oh well, I get that all the time. We're not twins, but we're close enough that sometimes people confuse it. No shit. Oh, did you hear that? Hear what? Nah, nothing. Oh, well, yeah, right. Must have been the wind. And they're just shooting the shit.
In the interest of keeping silent, Okros is just gonna stay still, look down to Ramba and then to anyone else.
Okay.
Now I have my idea.
We're gonna pass the spotlight to Sylv. What are you doing?
Yeah. Can Rauna try and quietly go to, like, the trap's origins and undo it somehow silently?
Without pulling up the rope. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. How would you like to do that?
I am assuming it's somewhere up, so maybe actually she should try and tell Cyrta to go there.
Okay. Maybe you and Cyrta
Like
can
maybe
work together on this. One of you
Yeah,
can help the other.
Yeah.
I'm going to the reason I'm asking how you're doing it is because it will affect the trait that you use. So if you want to, it could be an agility roll if you're using a spear or a little knife.
Yeah, because she's gonna need to climb up and use a knife, but like also, if Cyrta can help with this would be lovely. That would be lovely.
Okay, cool. Cyrta, do you have the hope to spend? Do you wanna help Rauna out with cutting this trap?
Yeah.
Okay. Then Cyrta, you can.
Idea for it as well.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
Oh yeah. Because we can do it the other way around. I have a hope to spend on helping you.
Well, I have an idea on how I could provide the help.
Okay.
Yeah.
You've got a lot of hope as well, Ash. So yeah.
Yeah. What if, again, like, because they're faced away, right?
Yes, they're not facing you.
So what if she like briefly sets herself on fire again, but uses the rope as the source? So she basically flash dries the rope to make it brittle.
Oh, interesting. And then setting yourself on fire wouldn't alert them because you are interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
I love that.
Okay. Nice.
Make
nice.
Because this is under a tense situation. Make a quick reaction roll for me, please, Cyrta. To see if you can effectively use the rope as a source.
I mean, what fire starter would count for this, right?
Oh yeah,
I'm setting myself on fire.
absolutely. It would. The only reason I'm asking for reaction roll is because it's oh, amazing.
Hell yeah! But it's a reaction roll, so you don't get hope.
Yeah, you don't generate the hope, but this is just to make sure that the source is the same. So if it was a fear roll, it would have swapped. So you would have been much colder, but you would have set the rope on fire. So it would have helped, just in the opposite way that you
Oh, fuck!
I mean,
so
yeah.
Rauna, you can add your advantage to this roll, and you can make a. I think if you're going to try and cut through the ropes, it's probably a finesse roll. If it's with a dagger, or if you're using your spear, it's an agility roll.
Shoot it.
shooting it could work, but it's not stealthy. From this far away. They're at far range, but they would probably hear a bowstring, I think.
I mean, the spear also offers more reach.
True, you could reach up and
Kinda
grab
like
the...
sword it with the spear.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. So,
Oh, I was gonna say, I meant cutting it with a blade. Like narratively, Rauna probably has a knife, like for skinning and
She
stuff.
does, she
so
does.
you definitely would
She
be able to
does.
use that. You wouldn't be able to use it as a mechanical weapon, but like you can still use it
No,
in an action
but she
roll. So
has
if
it,
you
yeah.
if you want to do it, if not, just use the spear and make an agility roll because that you got a +2 for that. So go for it.
Yeah.
Don't forget to add your advantage though.
And is it a +1 or the advantage dice?
It's an advantage die.
Advantage dice.
So when
yes.
you help someone, you
Yeah.
give them advantage.
Yeah.
But if you're doing a big group action roll, it's just a +1 flat bonus.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. That's
Oh, it was
very
almost a
high.
crit.
Almost a crit. It rolled
Very
backwards.
high.
It hates us.
That's still a very high number. Okay.
But
So,
a high roll at least.
reaching up and cutting the rope, it works. And it works really, really well. But, Rauna, the rope snaps back painfully and cuts across your arm. And I'm going to need you to mark a stress as you as you've successfully freed them from the rope trap, but it took its toll.
Owie.
A little irritating. Okay. Sure, I've got a nice little stockpile of fear. This is fun. Right. I will say, because you rolled with fear, the spotlight's going to go to the other guys. But honestly, they still don't see anything wrong. So I think they're just going to keep shooting the shit. Yeah. So you guys can keep going. So Okros and Ramba, you are no longer restrained.
Just kind of awkwardly shakes the rest of the net off because it's such
Yeah.
a inconvenience for him. It's just like
Also, yeah,
The trees.
And as you shake,
Sorry, as soon as Sylv cuts, the trees like sigh with relief that they're not trying to lift you up.
I think as you shake it loose, Rama's just gonna like let's go, gets back on the ground, and just goes just. Sorry, by the way,
not
instincts.
at all. Better me than you. Anyway, let's follow these people.
So, the two on the tree, still unaware of your presence. But if you get any closer without actively stealthing, which, as I've said before, for Okros is very, very hard,
Yeah, of course it's not moving. Actually,
they will probably know you're there. So, what is it you guys would like to do in this moment?
Is there any small critters nearby?
Probably plenty.
Wait,
Oh.
can we eavesdrop into the camp as a? Ooh.
Hmm.
Oh boy.
I mean, Candy, if you want hope for a guaranteed, better version. Just saying.
I mean, I could, if I have 3 hope, I can up one of my traits as well to make my rolls even better.
Ooh.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Yeah, if I have 3 hope, I have one right now.
Well, if you find something. Then
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So, just for my own mental image of what's happening here again.
Yes.
They're like, so they're at a campfire, or like they're up in a tree, or
No.
where are they?
They've been talking about a campfire, which you can smell, but you can't see.
Gotcha. Okay.
And it's
they're
dark
just
enough
up in the
now.
tree.
The trees are very thick, and they're casting long shadows. You wouldn't be the campfire is clearly over the lip of a hill that you can't see anymore. And the 2 people are about far range from you. They're up a tree. You can still see their figures as their legs kind of swing over the high bough that they're on. It's quite a big tree. It's very supportive of both of them. And if you want to take a better look at them, you can. But for now, it's just 2 blurry figures. And they've just been talking to each other. They don't know you're there. you know that these are... Intuition tells you these are probably forward watchmen, like just forward scouts that that are watching for intruders, and they haven't found you yet. Where the biggest camp, you could pretty easily follow your nose to find the source of the campfire, because you can smell it from here, but you can't see it necessarily. Yet. I mean, you can't see it yet.
I think what Okros will say then quietly to Rambo is, I get the sense you have an idea.
Little bit. I need to see if there's any friends around.
I think what probably strikes Rambo as interesting in that moment is Okros is just like, are you planning to hop into them? Which implies he is familiar with the process.
Yes.
Hey.
I think Rubba is just like, at first, like, oh, he knows, and then remembers that you're like, compared to her, an ancient being. That makes sense, actually. Yeah. If if they're okay with it.
That might be a good way to investigate the camp without our presence being known. If you're willing to take that leap, that is.
Yeah, I could do some scouting for us.
Gives a little nod at that. At any point, if you feel like you need to turn back, do so, but...
Well, once I find one and talk to him, you're gonna have to safeguard my body.
Didn't even
My
need to
consciousness
ask.
will be in them.
That's alright, I am familiar enough with the process. You'll be safe, as I'm going to give you 4 hope. My prayer dice.
Let's go.
Okay. I have many hope now.
Okay.
Much hope.
Much
So,
hope.
for those of you unfamiliar, Candy is going to use her beast form, which is the wild shape of the druid in Daggerheart, which is where you transform into an animal. But Eyya's music doesn't really allow for transformations of that sort because it's more like an energy transference. So what we're doing instead is you find an animal in the area around you and you hop into them. You swap souls, basically. That's more within the realm of Eyya's of Eyya's magic system. So she uses music to then ask permission for the animal to swap, and then they swap. And depending on how well it goes, either she's just unconscious for the time being and the animal soul just sits passive in her, or if complicated things happen, the animal could wake up inside her, and that could be interesting.
Oh no.
But that is the that's the way that we're gonna do it. Right. So, are you going to use the evolution feature? Because that's always
Yes,
a
that's
roll
why I
with
needed
hope.
the hope.
Because then there are no complications, and
Yes.
the animal is passive in your body. So you don't need to make a roll for this. I want you to tell me what it looks like, what animal you pick, and and what happens after that. So go ahead and post evolution in the chat if you don't mind.
Yes, I'll do beast form and evolution for anyone.
Sure. Yeah.
I was going to say,
Okay.
Cyrta and Rambo might be able to do the scouting. Cyrta are tiny.
Oh, Cyrta's
Yes.
small as well. Yeah, could work together.
Yes.
True. No one's gonna notice that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I have an idea what I want to do first.
I also noticed, yeah. Well, we're going to give Ash the spotlight in a second. So first you mark a stress
Yeah.
to jump into a creature.
No, with evolution, I don't need mark a stress.
You don't need to mark it. You spend 3 hope. So you transform
I
into beast
spend
form without
3 hope.
marking a stress.
Yeah.
And then you choose one trait to raise by +1 until you drop out of that beast form. Take note of the fact that you have to manually toggle one on
Yes.
in your effects part, in the effects part of your character sheet.
Evolution, that.
Okay.
Effects, and then I turn one of these on. I'm gonna do agility.
Well, it depends on
or-
the
Yes. For,
You
whichever
can
beast
can
form.
choose one trait to increase. Actually, it doesn't actually matter. But
Yes.
go ahead and wait, what animal are you transforming into?
Well, is agility. Which one is the?
If
Okay,
I open your
finesse is
sheet,
to hide. So.
if I open your
Good to
sheet
know.
here, just a second.
Mhm.
Yeah, finesse would be to hide. Yeah,
Okay, and if we're trying to be stealthy, I'll want to be hiding.
you'd want to do
So-
finesse. Yeah.
So I'm going to actually, because this kind of, the idea I had before this about doing the scouting thing, I had another idea, and I think this allows me to still do that eventually if needed.
Okay.
I'm going to become a tarantula.
Oh boy.
Okay.
And up my finesse by 1.
Okay. All right.
So I get so that's a total of +2 finesse and +2 evasion.
Okay.
And
Hold on
what
a
kind
second.
of tarantula?
Tarantula just wakes up from the winter. It's like, hello guys. What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, it's like really cute, big eyes, fluffy, The most child-friendly cartoon tarantula you've ever seen.
Lucas
like
the spider.
Lucas the
Lucas
Yes,
the
spider.
spider.
Lucas the
Yes,
spider.
Yes,
Tarantula.
but
Yeah,
tarantula.
instead of jumping spider.
Yeah. Lucas
Okay.
the jumping tarantula.
All right. I love that. That is perfect. Okay. So, you can very easily find a spider. It's honestly probably one that's just started to wake up from the big sleep that is winter.
Yeah.
Yes.
Very, very
Just
drowsy.
like, what the fuck?
It'll just go continue the sleep in another body. It's fine.
And
Yeah.
very
Okay.
yeah, go ahead and take away your 3 hope, and
Take
you
away
can
3 hope
toggle
and add
your
finesse.
finesse. And then I think when you click the beast form, it should tell you what you turn into, and then it should change your sheet.
Also, male or female tarantula, because the females are significantly larger.
We're gonna go female for this.
Okay, cool.
They are also the fluffier ones, so yes.
Yeah. And then stocking rep transform.
Okay, yeah, there you go. All right, so you have your beast attack. You can
Yes, I
still
have the beast attack. I have
Yeah.
more stuff.
To be fair, you can't cast spells or use weapons, but anything that has ability
Totally
on
fine.
it, you can.
Yeah.
So in Rapture you can't use, but Nature's Tongue you can use.
Yes.
That's the distinction. Then you have your beast attack, which is a
cock it.
finesse here, and it should show you your beast form features, venomous bite,
Yes.
and web
At the bottom
slinger.
there.
Very good.
Yes.
This is a tier 1 creature, right? I'm just making sure.
Yes.
Okay, cool. What is
Yeah,
it called?
I'm-
Because
Stalking arachnid.
The stalking arachnid. Okay, cool.
Yes.
Okay.
I was making sure I saw it and I was like, this seems way too good to be tier 1, and I filtered it by tier 1 and it's still here. So I was like,
Yeah,
okay.
there you go. Okay, so you are now a stalking arachnid. I wish there was a character sheet that I could see for this. Let me go to the compendiums and see if there is.
I would assume
Beast
there is something.
forms. There we go. Right, so this is for chat. This is a stalking arachnid. This is the way they do it. You have examples on what kind of creature you could be. And your main trait is finesse, and it's a tier 1, and then you gain advantage whenever you attack, climb, or sneak, which is perfect.
Mm-hmm.
And you have 2 features, your venomous bite and your web slinger. And then, yep, that's pretty much it. That's it, yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Very
so,
heavy.
tell me what happens.
Well, me and Okra spoke, of course, Ramba and Okra spoke about it and stuff, and I'm hoping that before jumping into the spider, Ramba would have waved her hands a bit, try to get Cyrta's attention, and telling her to come over, and then she would have just filled her and like, I'm about to be a tiny spider. You want to come with me, do some scouting?
How tiny?
We might be
you
twins.
tiny or me tiny? Because that's a bit
You
of
tiny.
Rider in the battle.
oh.
Like that.
Belay that immediately.
I'll be small enough that you and I should be around the same size, depending on, which one I find. But then we can do some scouting for the others while they keep an eye on these two up there.
Yeah, I could with it, but hold that thought.
Yeah, we're gonna jump over to Cyrta. 'Cause
Mhm.
you had the spotlight now. So
Yeah.
go ahead, Cyrta. What is it? What is your grand plan?
So it's two guys sat next to each other, like on a tree branch, right?
Yes.
I wanna fly up, and I
Mhm.
want to tie their shoelaces together. So I want to
The
tie.
you.
I want to tie them like
I
to
know.
each other. So like one guy's like right foot, the other guy's left foot,
Okay.
like
That's incredible.
that.
All right.
The qual goes to fly off, and then the Kakarum's like, "What?"
The more you that would be funny if there was a qual there. So you are you yeah. If you're gonna do this, there's a chance they'll spot you. But as long as you're cool with that, we will you can go ahead and make your roll. I definitely think this would be agility. If you were a normal sized person, it would be finesse, but this is definitely gross motor skills to tie people's shoes together who are regular size and you are 10 centimeters. So this will be an agility roll. And you can absolutely go and give it a shot.
Gonna be a spicy roll.
Oh, you have a -1 to agility.
Oh, it's fine. She'll crit. It's fine.
I hope your understanding of why I made it an agility roll, just because of the size.
Oh yeah.
Of shoelaces.
Yo.
Here we go. Oh, that's
Oh,
wow.
Oh,
That's
Let's
very
go.
good.
Hell yeah.
Get that hope.
Okay, get yourself a hope, and you successfully they don't even know it's happening. In fact, you managed to time their leg swings with like while they're kind of swinging their legs, you go, okay, I can do this one and this one because they're kind of in time, and they don't even notice when one of them slightly tugs on the other one. Such is the skill with which you have done this. And before long, both. As you get closer, you realize that one is a Bonbao and one is a Kahirim. Bonbao are the monkeys and apes of Eyya, the sapient monkeys and apes, and Kahirim are, of course, the cats, as we've discussed. And this particular version of a Bonbao it was knuckled or palmed. This is a palmed Bonbao, the ones that look more like monkeys. It's got a long tail, and the Kahirim themselves obviously also has a tail. Yeah, you wrap the laces of their sandals around each other, and they are none the wiser. And it's going to make it very interesting. So, once you're back, Ramba, you've found a little spider friend. You don't have to search very long. They're just chilling underneath the layer of leaves on the forest floor, where it's a little bit warmer. I've been informed that actually most spiders don't fully hibernate. It's very, very interesting.
Yes. Right.
But you reach under and you find a little spider that is not happy to be disturbed. But with your grasp of music and your ability to speak to plants and animals, you can very easily convince this spider that you can still chill. We're not actually going anywhere. I'm just taking your body. But your mind will be totally fine. And the spider doesn't seem to fully understand, but you communicate in very basic concepts of like, you're not gonna feel stressed. Like this is still gonna be, you can still sleep. Basically, is what I assume you're communicating. And
Safe little hidey hole.
yeah. Yeah, how does it look when the transformation happens? Anything visual, or is it literally just you fall asleep and the spider suddenly gets active?
I think it's not visual. It's like a sensation in the area that kind of, as the soul swap places, there is just like an extra warmth that passes through the areas where a soul swap.
Cool.
And once they're placed safely inside, it's just like Ramba's body goes like enters, that like restful state now, and
Yeah,
you
you go
see
limp,
the
yeah.
spider start jumping around the place.
Okay. So there's a single melody that emits from Ramba's lips that carries through to the spider. The spider stops what it's doing and freezes, and then kind of raises its legs a little bit, preparing for something. And then Ramba finishes the melody, and no sooner is the melody away from her, it reaches the spider. Her body goes limp, falls onto the leaves, maybe caught by Urkros's trunk, like on the way down. And at the same instant, the spider's boing, starts like moving around and waving. And, yeah.
Wouldn't it have been a shame if her body fell on the spider?
Oh God!
Thankfully, I spent hope for this, so bad things
I'll
can
say,
Yeah,
I'll
bad
say
things can't
Urkros's trunk curls enough that it becomes basically a bed for Rambo's body.
Yeah.
And he's basically just cradling her, and he's gonna give like a
Oh.
little nod to Spider Rambo and be like, "Good luck, little one," and you get my last hope from one prayer dice.
Let's go.
Okay,
'Cause now you have now you both have like free hope to go into this. So.
We
Ramba's
have
being
some hope to use
blessed.
for stuff.
Okay.
I'm being blessed by the elephant.
And
Yay.
and this spider, Cyrta, are you going to ride on Spider Ramba's back as you move on, as you move through?
She's gonna be a little hesitant. She's gonna like float down and be like, "This is weird. A spider tried to eat me once."
Cyrta's just playing
okay.
grounded all the time. That's crazy.
Yeah. Grounded 24/7.
Ramba, go first, and then across.
I was just gonna say, I was gonna like ask if like because nature's tongue is an ability and stuff, there would be any way I could communicate with Cyrta as the thing? But she's technically not a plant or animal. She's
I don't think nature's tongue would work, but beast form does imply that you can. I mean, Daggerheart rules as written says you can still talk in beast form. Whether that is something I want to do in Eyya is,
But
I wonder.
Cyrta specifically, music.
That's true. You can communicate with music. As a spider,
Okay,
if you're able to make noise as a spider by like rubbing your back legs together or something like that, Cyrta could probably pick it up and interpret it as words.
Get some web and just like use it as like a violin.
Silk song.
Absolutely beautiful. Yeah, that works perfectly.
Amazing.
Literally just
Perfect,
rub your leg
okay.
along some web and create a little effect that Cyrta can interpret as words. That's perfect.
Fantastic.
God, this is so cool. Okay.
Yes, I'm very happy
Right.
to use these for.
And then we'll go across.
I basically just wanted to ask, since Okros is not really going to be doing anything, and you said like if we move closer, we might risk being detected. But if is Okros like safe to move back then?
Safe to move back carefully. I think if you move back
that's basically what
noisily,
What he's basically going to do so the others can just continue is basically beckon Rauna and like Lemu over us and like retreat a little bit, just so they're like not in the not in too much danger, and just basically fill Rauna in on what's happening.
Cool.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right.
Yeah, she will come over also. I will do a switch over from spear to bow.
Okay. We're gonna pull out the bow. Just get ready, just in case. You never know what happened.
Yeah, exactly.
And both Rauna and Okros, probably Lemu is the last one to see them as they dash through the undergrowth. Faye and Spider. You duck under the leaves, and you're gone.
Away.
And as you make your way under the tree, beneath the laces, the tied laces of the guards, the scouts, you follow the smell of campfire smoke. Cyrta, like a cavalry rider, pointing the way for the trusty steed. The spider skitters along the undergrowth. And Okros and Rauna, you look to each other and hope that your diminutive companions will be all right.
The mum and dad. It's just
the
like,
Yes.
it'll be okay.
Cyrta and Ramba, you find what you're looking for on the lip of a hill that stopped you from seeing it from where you were before. You enter an area, a thicket of trees, or you look down from above, a thicket of trees that then turns into a clearing. A clearing of campfires, 3 or 4 of them to be precise. And you hear talking. Soft talking, but talking. there's the smell of meat being cooked. And at the edge, it's surrounded by the thicket of trees and then the clearing to the camp. That's on one side of the camp. The other side of the camp is just mountain. It's a real raised part of the mountainside. And in between the two sides, the walls of that mountain, is a cave. A hole in the wall, from which light is also emitting. There are a lot of people here. At least 20 to 30. And they look like they've been here for quite some time. And that is where we're going to end today's session and pick up next week.
That's many people.
Thank you, everyone. That was lovely. I think I'm going to... What
So
did I have here?
tarantulas have terrible fucking eyesight, by the way.
That's good to know.
That's fine. I don't need to see anything. I just need to be the hero. And you're here. You have sight.
Yeah, true. Oh, goodness. Thank you, everyone. I thoroughly enjoyed that. I hope you did as well.
So much fun.
We were running a little bit over, so I wanted to end that now. But yeah.
Yes.
Whoa, that was great. I think my biggest challenge was I was dreading this, but it actually was really fun at the same time. It's hard. Like this is it's a really unique challenge for me to paint a world as we're going through it. It's not really something I've had to do before, because usually when we make campaigns, almost all my campaigns are homebrew, but they're set in universes that I know much more than this one. This one is brand new. And so Star Wars I can make up really easily. But this I need to be very purposeful with everything I do. And it's a really unique challenge. It's a lot of fun.
Really good.
But it's really hard. Thank you. I really hope so.
Very
I hope
good.
that the descriptions that I'm giving are
so
putting
good.
across the right vibe. And
Yes.
yeah, I really enjoyed that. This is also part of like, it's part of the reason for why the pacing is slower for this campaign. And I'm kind of okay with it. I hope you guys are okay with how the pacing is going.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like we really are taking
This
our
is
time
joyous.
and exploring things, and it's very
Yeah.
usually a lot of I would say, as I read through the rules of Daggerheart, a lot of Daggerheart kind of wants you to cut to the action. But because of the nature of the world we're building and the nature of this particular campaign, I really like that we are taking it slow.
And
So yeah.
I'd complain if we were running through this
If it was too
Yeah,
and
fast.
not
Okay, cool.
stopping to look at the scenery.
Cool.
Yeah, I would
Awesome.
agree, especially with like I've played so many games in the past where like situations that we've been role playing out this time and stuff, adding a lot to each character and the world as a whole and everything. And like these are the moments you miss when people want to get to the quote unquote important bits. Like
Yes.
I
Yeah.
prefer this type of pacing for things. Like
Cool. Good.
I'm really enjoying this campaign.
I am very happy to hear that. I'm glad. I thought that once again you all did absolutely swimmingly. I love the I love the interactions that each of the characters have. I love how smoothly the dialogue flows. You all are so good at this. It feels very smooth and natural. And I also love the role that each character is kind of naturally filling into. And yeah, it's all just so cool. And the choice of ability use is really good. I love that we've waited until now to see the first beast form. Super cool. I choosing a spider is so cool as well. I thought it was going to be a mouse, because that feels like the most like
I was
sort of
expecting
cliche
squirrel.
option, or maybe a squirrel or something. Yeah, but spider.
I
is
thought
amazing.
of both of
So
those.
cool.
I chose spider because at the same time, I have web slinger, so I can restrain someone with my web.
Yeah.
Wait,
Wait.
imagine being a full-ass man and being restrained by a tarantula.
So a regular spider can genuinely restrain someone. What the fuck?
Yeah, web slinger. You can create a strong web material useful for both adventuring and battle. The web is resilient enough to support one creature. You can temporarily restrain a target within close range by succeeding on a finesse roll against
Oh
them.
my god. You are a general, like...
And venomous bite, by the way. If I succeed in a melee attack, they become temporarily poisoned. When they do things on their turn, they take 1d10 direct physical damage.
D10 direct?
Yes.
This is some
When I
magical,
read Spider-
weird fantasy
When
spider.
I read Spider, when I read this, that's why I said this is no way. This is tier 1.
Do you know what it probably is? Like I like to envision like it is a normal spider, but you're like basically soul powers it, I guess.
Yeah,
the
I think
druid
that's probably
powers
what
are
it is.
overpowering.
Yeah. It's a magically
Yeah.
powered spider, but yeah, I love that. I think that's super cool.
This is I'm loving this, and especially with like finally having a situation that in Ramba's head it would make sense that she would ask upon the aid of another creature. Like
Yeah,
everything else so
absolutely.
far has been something she's been able to do with just with the others or herself. So like I think this is like a very good point to show it off.
Yeah, no,
To
this
be
is
fair,
super
the
cool.
poison thing, some tarantulas will just fuck you up like that. So that's
Well, yeah.
That's true. Yeah.
that's fair. Some spiders will just fuck you up.
I truly love juxtaposed to last session. I love the way that Ash chose to introduce Cyrta this session. Literally, first 5 seconds. Is that snow pile supposed to be moving? I thought it was great. That's one of my favorite things.
Yeah, I was wondering
Because she saw everyone's reactions, she was like, "Oh, so that's not normal here? Okay."
Okay, I need to get on this. That's weird.
Wonderful.
Yeah, Duddles, what were you saying?
No, I was just agreeing. Like I was wondering when Ash is going to introduce herself. First 5 seconds, apparently.
Yeah. So good. Right, before we say goodbye, any Oh, go on. Sorry, go on, Ash.
I just like I hope
You hope.
you like the sugar thing because
I love that. That's going.
That's canon now.
That's going straight into the lore page on Fae. Is that
I figured
Yay!
I figured because they don't need to eat, so if they do, the foreign substances might act as some kind of like intoxicant.
Yeah, it's for
You know, like, it
pleasure.
affects
They
them.
they eat to simulate taste, but also maybe the
Yeah.
chemicals have some kind of effect on them. Yeah, no, that's
Yeah.
wonderful. Yeah, I love that. Yeah, wonderful. Okay. We did run a little bit late this session, so I want to end off very quickly with anything you guys want to talk about regarding the session itself, any mechanics that you wanted to clarify, any things that you liked, that you loved. I mean, I know we talked about that already, but anything that you would rather not happen, anything you want to change, anything you would rather have gone differently, anything like that.
Pure joy.
I'm
no
very happy.
complaints, honestly. It was
Yeah,
lovely
very
this
cool.
session.
Perfect.
Very cool.
I
Yeah.
would like to have found a cloak of wishes.
Not again.
She's gonna say this every session.
Let this not be a
Chat-
meme, please.
No, she does it to annoy me because this happened to me in a game.
okay.
A player did this to me.
There's one thing I want to be clear on, just in case my description didn't get there, but I had an idea of how creatures could listen in, obviously musically aided, those creatures that were listening in on you. And the way that they were musically aided was because there were two of them. One of them stole the hearing from the other one so that it could amplify their own.
Yeah.
If that was
I
clear,
figured that was what was happening.
That's
That
really
was
cool.
okay, awesome, cool.
Very
That
cool.
was
Wait,
I'm not.
sorry, what was that?
I'm not fishing for amazing world building, MJ. I'm just saying, like, I hope that was clear from the description.
Yes. Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. I figured it, yeah.
But yeah.
Repeat for doubles.
I missed that. Sorry, say that again.
What?
What you just said. I didn't hear what you said.
I said
to
I'm
hear
not. I'm not fishing for I'm not fishing for compliments. I just wanted to make sure that it was understood that that's what I was
Yeah,
doing.
but I don't know what it is
Yes,
you
the
said.
hearing thing.
Oh, you don't know the actual the music spell. Sorry.
He didn't hear that pit that you just said.
He
Yeah.
didn't hear
I'm so
about the not
confused.
hearing.
The spell that was being used, the performance, was basically to
To listen in.
to listen in on you guys in your conversation. They
Yeah.
can't listen from the third floor. As soon as they knew that you were there, they were like, we need to listen to this. And so the Caharim stole the Quall's hearing to enhance their own. That's how they did the energy transference. I think it's really been the most fun to figure out how to make magic work in Eyya based on transference of stuff. That you can't just make stuff happen. Because I think it's cool to do that because then you don't have to think about it. But actually having to think about it has been one of the most fun parts of the world for me.
I
the magic of it.
agree.
Yeah.
It does feel like having to like find a source for something, or like how like using the what's around you to kind of amplify something, like when Ash took the like did the thing with the rope with the fire,
The rope,
and
yeah.
to do that, and like stuff like that, it makes kind of every spell cast more important and more impactful, and like a bit of a puzzle, which I've been really enjoying.
That is exactly the idea. So I don't. I want magic to not just be there. I want it to be a narrative device as well. I want it to say something about the people who use it, and I want it to be more of a mystical thing. It is a semi-hard, semi-soft magic system. It's got rules, but it's also something with a little bit of mythos to it. And my main goal for it is for it to say something about the person who's using it. Obviously, all music sounds different without the capital M, but as soon as you put it into capital M music and it's magical, it should mean a lot more. And not just the performance itself and how it sounds, but also where the magic comes from and where it goes, which is something that I view as important. Right. It's now 11:30 on the dot, so we're now at the maximum time allotted for our stream. So, everyone, thank you, players. I'm so happy that we're all having fun, and I can't wait for the next session. I love you all, and I'll come chat to you at the beginning. Say bye!
Say bye!
Right. And that, my friends, thank you all so very, very much for joining us today for another episode of One Can Hope. We will see you next week, same time, Sunday evening, Korea time, or afternoon if you're in the European time zones, or stupidly early if you're good enough to wake up in the American time zones. I am so happy that you're here. Thank you all. Once again, if you're watching the VOD, thank you for doing that as well. I hope that it brought a mood boost to your day and that you're having fun with us. And I hope you're also getting something from this. I hope that this is providing some value to you about, the value of tabletop, but also just good communication and good media literacy and all those other good things. If you haven't joined the community yet, please do. It's a pretty fun place. We're a pretty cool bunch of people. And that is all she wrote. I will see you all on Sunday. Until then, take care.